I'm Yeah, welcome to ArtCo Drone Solutions. I hope you enjoyed that new clock I got. So sit back, we're going to cruise on through this show. We've got some good stuff for you tonight. Tonight, we're going to start off with On This Day in History. All right, in 1132, the Battle of Norsera between Ranulf II of Ilife and Roger II of Sicily. 1148, Louis VII of France laid siege to Damascus during the Second Crusades. 1487, the citizens of Leeuwarden, Netherlands, rebel against a ban on foreign beer. Those guys know how to have fun, yeah. 1525, the second attempt to circumnavigate the globe as 7 ships depart Corunna, headed by Garcia Joffre de Lisa, I don't know, some weird Spanish name, on orders of King Charles I of Spain for the Spice Islands. Only one ship will make it. 1534, Jacques Cartier lands in Canada and claims it for France. 1567, Mary, Queen of Scots, is forced to abdicate. Her 1-year-old son becomes King James VI of Scots. 1577, the Spanish army with German mercenaries conquer Namur. All right, let's go see what's going on in film and TV. 1952, High Noon, American Western film directed by Fred Zinnemann, starring Gary Cooper and Thomas Mitchell, is released. 1953, KEYT TV Channel 3 in Santa Barbara, California, ABC, begins broadcasting. 1957, KTVC TV Channel 6 in Enstrom, Kansas, CBS, begins broadcasting. 1959, 500,000 Dutch TV sets are registered. 1971, WUHQ TV Channel 41 in Battle Creek, Michigan, ABC, begins broadcasting. 1974, Death Wish, based on a novel by Brian Garfield, is directed by Michael Winner and starring Charles Bronson, is released in the U.S. 1978, Margaret Gardner of South Africa is crowned the 27th Miss Universe. 1998, Saving Private Ryan, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Tom Hanks, Edward Burns, and Matt Damon, is released. Academy Awards Best Director, 1999. All right, let's see what happened in music. 1942, Irving Berlin's musical This Is the Army premieres in New York City. 1965, Flora, the Red Menace, closes at the Alvin Theater in New York City after 87 performances. 1965, Bob Dylan releases Like a Rolling Stone. 1965, the rock group The Animals, first time on the British charts. 1967, Beatles sign a petition Times to legalize marijuana. 1982, the best little whorehouse in Texas closes at the E. O'Neill in New York City after 63 performances. 1983, MAME opens at the Gershwin Theater, New York City for 41 performances. All right, let's head on to sports. 1902, Victor Trumper scores a century for Australia for the launch of the fourth Test cricket versus England. 1904, the second Tour de France is won by not Lance Armstrong, but Henry Cornet of France, or Cornet, however you pronounce it. 1905, the International Lawn Tennis Challenge, Wimbledon, Lawrence Doherty and Reggie Doherty beat Holcomb, Wards, and Beals Wright 8-10, 6-2, 6-2, 4-6, 8-6 to give British Isles an unassailable 3-0 lead over the U.S. Ends in a 5-0. 1908, American Johnny Hayes wins a London Olympic Marathon in games record of 2 hours, 55 minutes, and 18.4 seconds after Dorano Pietri of Italy disqualified for receiving assistance before the finish line. 1909, Brooklyn Superbus pitcher Nap Rucker strikes out 16 Pittsburgh Pirates in a 1-0 victory at Washington Park, Brooklyn. 1921, Tour de France. The 15th one was won by Leon Secour of Belgium. 1931, Paavo Nurmi runs world record 2 miles in 8 minutes, 59.6 seconds, and that is all in this this day in history. Alrighty, since we got all that nonsense out of the way, let's see what's going on. Let's say hello to everyone in the chat. We've got Bill, Coast Coast Drones. We've got Kovacian, Droneography. Chuck, that would be Chuck. And then we got Chris, Sunrise Water Media. And then we got Johnny DRC in the chat. All right, let's get this show on the road. Let's get her going. Let's let me stop talking and let our first panelist on, all the way from Liverpool, New York. Let's welcome the effervescent Chuck. Hey, Chuck.
Uh-oh. My Fios is killing me. You're frozen. I'm probably frozen.
You're a little slow. There's a little bit of a lag, but I'm...
You're making the ooh face. That's like, sorry, I'm making a screenshot art. It's like, ooh. Oh, I'm sorry, man. It's my fault, not yours. Anybody's having internet issues, it's me. Everybody else is fine. Fios, a big truck took out the overhead wires yesterday afternoon, and they stretched the Fios lines, and
oh boy, dead. That's no good.
Get any of that?
Well, I got it. You sound fine. Sorry to hear about your troubles. Hopefully, we'll have some more panelists coming in a little later. Let me see. Matt Kunda finally got his toffee today. That's good. Okay, Adrian may come in a little later.
Yeah, Art, I'm sorry my internet's so swanky. Everybody in the neighborhood's on LTE, including me, and they're sucking up all the bandwidth, including me.
Uh-oh.
So it's going to come and
just
go.
Open up the door. Get off the phone!
Maybe I should drive out of the neighborhood about 6 miles where they're working everything else, and I can just use my phone.
There you go. You could be like Adrian. That's how he does it. He's got crappy internet in his
Yeah, I just have
house.
to get out of the hood. Well, everybody's on LTE right now because Fios is down. So if I just drive about 15 miles out, I'd probably be it'd be quiet. All that LTE.
Oh man, that sucks, man.
well, now you're good, but it's going to come and go, I think.
Yeah, well, that's how it goes. Anyway, there is someone that's indirect to the drone community. Last week I just got some really horrible news. My good friend Rick Enstrom of Enstrom's Candy, his son shot himself. And so this show I'm going to dedicate to Eric. Eric was a great young man. Nobody will ever know what happened, why people do it. It just, because I just had dinner with him the night before, and then Saturday morning I got the call, but he's living on, and his organs have been donated, so he's helping other people that way. But
wow,
it's a real tragic thing that happened. I got to fish off his sailboat last year and caught that big carp out at Chatfield Reservoir, and I just saw him a couple months ago. I think it was.
Seemed okay.
Who's okay?
Did he seem okay then?
Oh yeah, he seemed. But you know what?
Yeah.
He's the quiet one out of the two brothers, and so, but he had a good job at the Colorado School of Mines. A gorgeous girlfriend, but who knows what happened? So, that's what's going on. And on the upside, I just passed 50K of views on this channel. So this channel is growing and going in the right direction. And you know what? I don't give a crap if there are people out there that poo-poo this channel and you're not finding it. Screw you. I'm working my ass off. I'll do things my way. I got hooked into a really good group a couple weeks ago. There's an organization, it's called the Flight Club, and they fly every Sunday morning out at Adams County Fairgrounds, and that's where I've been doing a lot of FPV flying. So I've been having a blast. I'll be going out tomorrow morning. I've got all my batteries charged up. I'll have the batteries charged up in the camera. I just got ND filters for my Mavic Air. When I flew last week and I went around the water tower, it looked good, but I really wasn't happy with it because it looked, blown out because of the bright sun. So I've got ND filters. I've got 4, 8, and 16. So we'll try those out. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do another video where I'll do a comparison. I'll say this was 2 weeks ago and this is with the ND filters.
Yeah, it'll be a lot better with the filters, especially if it's not too bright. The 16's my go-to for most of the stuff. But sometimes when it's really super sunny out, you need a 32. But at least you can get that. Well, you're probably running ISO 100, right? So you're running? You flying ISO 100? What, 24 or 30 frames a second? Yeah, for your frame rate, and then your shutter speed is won't over double that.
Well, I got this from Ken Dono, so I think he already dialed in everything. So
yeah, but DJI is a way of screwing it all up. Like I was using the Pocket 2 today, and that damn thing. I'm so mad at that thing right now.
Tell us about it, Chuck.
It changes the settings all the time on me. I dial it in 24 frames a second. I have 1/50th of a second shutter speed, and I switch modes, and I come back. It's like 100 freaking 100 frames per second, and not 24. What the hell? 1080p instead of 4K. I don't know. Freaking. It's the action works great. The action remembers right where the hell you put it in every single individual mode, and you go back through and it comes back right where it was. It works sweet. But the Pocket, fail.
Well, I've got the original Pocket.
It's better than the Pocket 2. You can charge it and run it at the same time. The Pocket 2, it goes dead and it won't let you plug it into a charge brick while you're using it. Just goes,
oh man.
Nope, I'm done. It's done it to me twice now.
Oh, you're not going to get the Arctic colored Pocket 2? You've got a new one out now. It's the Arctic color. So you've got them in colors.
In fact, I'm about to do a video on this fine piece of crap known as the Pocket 2 because the thing was expensive and it's supposed to be all that in a bag of chips. And it's the Pocket, the original Pocket's just better. Just put a wide angle lens on it and go with it. It's just better. It's
if I do get something for it, I'll get that, and I'll get the little wheel that goes on it, so I could zoom in and out. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. The Pocket 2 comes with like this little like a nub kind of joystick thing, and everybody thought how great it would be. You can't modulate it. Like you can't pan up or down really slow. It just whereas the wheel you're talking about, where you have a switch where you flip the switch up. Oh, I'm jamming up again. I'm locking up again. Anyway, the wheel works better, Art. Get the wheel. It works on either one of them. It works really nice. You just have to flip the switch to go up, down, left, right. But you can really
want to say hello to Drone Views Media, Akira Show, and Chris Wedgeworth. Welcome to the show. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, hey guys.
Also, the other big news is I'm giving away an FPV drone. I'm giving away a Mobulus 7. Nice little drone. I've got a video out, so check it out. So next week is the drawing. So if you want to win that, be here and maybe you could be a winner.
Winner.
It's a nice little drone. From what it says, it's made for the fly sky, not the FR sky. Unless you have I think it's the D8 module that goes on it, then the protocols will work with this drone. So it's a nice little, it's about the size of a tiny hawk. It's a little micro drone.
I need to get, I don't know. I'm just being more careful when I fly the FPV drone that I have.
Yeah.
Because
you saw what happened with Ken Dono's. Oh man.
Oh, it was bound to happen. Ken's a really great pilot, but even the best pilots, stuff happens. Yeah, I felt bad for him. It was funny, like the picture he's holding, it's like in pieces.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem with all the FPV drones. It's not really a problem. It's only a problem if it's a DJI FPV because they're not really as easily serviced as the other ones.
Well,
but I love flying it. I just keep it the hell away from stuff. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I just got a new antenna today.
Wow.
Little pagoda antenna. Hopefully next week I'll be able to fly this. I just need to get the transmitter to bind with this and get it all programmed for that.
Set it up.
Yeah.
Chris has got to be proud. Chris, the Sunrise Media, he's got to be like looking at it and go, whoa, there goes Art. He's with the big boys now.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And that's serviceable. Look, I saw those carbon fiber arms. If you snap one off, you just bolt on another one.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you can. You could take them apart.
Totally modular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, nice. And Mitch, he helped me get that all fixed up. I got that off a police auction website, and whoever built that, they put the main board in wrong, where the SD card was in the front where you couldn't reach it.
Oh no!
That's where the plugs were. So all he did is he oriented it right and tuned it, and he had it flying, which was cool. He even put a new camera in it, which was really nice. Hello, Michael Reynolds and Chris at Sunrise Water Media.
Yeah, hello, Michael.
Yeah. And then there's JSK Enterprise.
Hey, JSK.
And I just finished a product review on those power banks that I just did. The video will go out at 6:15 Mountain Time. That would be 8:15 your time. It'll be right after Mel's show, 400 AGL. So it'll be right after his show.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like Sunday?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I was going to roll out a video tomorrow. I'll have to look at the schedule, see where I can squeeze it in. It's a quickie. I got to get another vlog out.
Did you happen to catch the members only video today?
No, the internet down. I haven't done much of
it. Oh, yeah.
We did go out on a hike, though. But we left the house and we went out to the village of Skinny-Atlas, which is a pretty, snooty area of Syracuse, Skinny-Atlas Lake. And we hiked this little trail out there. And then we went to the Skinny-Atlas Brewery, which was kind of fun.
Ooh, cool.
And then we came back.
Cool.
So yeah, I've been gone all day. But
awesome.
Gave up a little bit of blood to the mosquitoes. They were hungry.
Oh, there you go.
You're trying to fly your drone, and there's one right here, like just drilling for oil.
It's like,
mother, I get the shot in. Done.
And you didn't spray yourself before you left?
I'm not sure which is worse. Is it the risk of IEEE, or is it the carcinogens that are in the frickin'? I don't know. What's worse?
So, what's your blood type?
I think.
Oh, there you go. Mosquitoes don't like me. I've got A positive blood.
Yeah, and I ate a banana this morning. There's a rumor that bananas, it might be a myth. I don't know. I don't know if it's been proven.
Well, yeah, you know what? You could rub mint on you because that's supposed to be a repellent as well.
Skin So Soft from Avon is supposed to work, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They must clog up their little suckaluxer thing there. their little hypodermic that's built into it must clog it up.
Probably smells something awful to them. I don't know why, but there are certain plants that repel bugs.
Yeah, maybe it throws them off track too, because mosquitoes work off of heat and CO2.
Could be. Yeah, and that mint probably cools off the skin, and they go, where is it?
Yeah, must go elsewhere. Keep flying.
Yeah.
Keep flying elsewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but it's horrible when you're trying to film, though. You're trying to get a shot in there, and you're getting the blood sucked out. And you're like, do I smack it or do I get the shot done?
Oh, Johnny D says WD-40 and a match works.
Oh, yeah. Probably, yeah. Pyrotechnics. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, do a video on that, Johnny. Let's see how it works out for you, brother.
Yeah, there you go.
And call Chris. Call up Chris Rollins. He has this high frame rate camera. He can film it all in super high frame rate.
There you go. That's right. And so does Ken Heron.
Yeah, Ken has one too. Yeah, you can see everything.
Yeah, I think his is the super duper one.
I thought Chris had a pretty good one. Isn't it like wasn't Chris Rollins over, it was like 2,000 frames a second or something? It's pretty fast.
Something like that.
I mean, those are really expensive, but
yeah, they are
so cool. The stuff he's captured. You see when he cut like a golf ball in half and everything, and he's just like, just watches. By the
yeah, that was pretty cool too. And did you see the one where he had cement wheels on his go-kart?
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh man. Oh, that'd be it. Man, that jacked your back up.
Oh, I love him. His channels be way bigger than it is. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's just he's playing with science. It's great stuff. I hope he catches on more, because he's crazy. And he's a dad now, times 2.
Yeah, he is. Yep.
He's got to be careful. He's out there doing crazy stuff.
Yep.
It was like his buddy like singed his eyebrows off in the last.
No, he burned his beard.
That's what it was.
Yeah, he ended up going. He shaved it off and came back, and like, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know those two guys are crazy. Yeah.
I'm going to do another giveaway next month. I'm going to give away one of those power banks.
Oh, those are handy. I'm still using my old crappy one today. I've been using it, but like I told you, the Pocket 2 didn't care. I plugged it in way before it was dead, and it went dead anyway.
Oh.
Doesn't your Pocket charge up, your Osmo Pocket, if you have it running and you plug it into the bank? Try it out, Art.
Yeah, I think it does keep running. I think I had even my GoPro running while it was plugged into it.
Yeah, and I know the action does the same thing. It'll charge and operate at the same time. It might not gain on it, but it'll keep it like on life support a really long time.
Right.
I don't know. Then if you know anything about the Pocket 2, it has this do-it-all stick. It snaps on the bottom of it. So it has the microphone input. It has the Wi-Fi out, so it can talk to your phone. And then, of course, the USB-C. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I have to unplug that to run it on life support.
There you go.
DJI always does something really stupid. Like on the Osmo Pocket that you and I have, the original. Yeah. If you plug the microphone into the bottom of it, the USB-C to 3.5 millimeter microphone adapter.
Yeah.
Now you can't charge it.
That's right. That's right.
And you can't use the Wi-Fi adapter, because if you put the Wi-Fi adapter on there and then you put the microphone adapter in the back, it doesn't work.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Way to go, DJI.
That's how it is. That's how they roll.
Oh, they are stupid. Yeah. I mean, not totally stupid, but I love their drones, but
well, that's a Chinese company. That's
what's wrong with them. When are we gonna let's start a company in the US and let's just crush them.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Everything they do wrong, we'll do right.
So Jeff sent me some really cool news videos. I think what I'll do is I can find them. The only thing I'm worried about is getting okay, at the Olympics, they had 1,800 drones above the national.
Yes, wasn't that badass? I saw a little clip of that last night. That was pretty cool. It looked 3-dimensional too. Like I saw the thing of the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So here's what I'll do: is I'll see if I can share it. Share the audio. Let's see if I can. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can make that picture big.
she said.
There we go. Oh, is it playing? Yeah, look at that.
There's no music, but isn't that cool?
Hold on.
There you go.
Look at that. Look at how cool that is.
That's very cool.
Oh, cool! It's a
Don't they all like
globe.
enclosed props? Yeah, that's what I saw last night. I saw the globe last night. Really cool.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very, very, very
cool. Mm-hmm.
See, drones for good. Using drones for good. That's right.
Oh,
way cleaner
speaking
than
of
fireworks.
Drones for good, we had a missing person because earlier this week we had a flash flood on the St. Vrain River, and one person was confirmed dead and 2 people are missing. So they've been using drones to hopefully find them alive or dead. Yeah.
Hopefully find them alive, preferably.
Yeah.
The new Billy Kyle just did a review on the new Enterprise with the better FLIR camera. I think it's pretty awesome. Little Star Trek. Yeah. Well, the new drone, that new camera, it's not a FLIR camera. DJI is making their own infrared camera now.
Oh, cool.
And man, that thing is high res. It's really nice.
Uh-oh.
Lost my damn
I'm filter. Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, Freewell's pretty cool. If you reached out to him, would they fall off? Was it a Mini 2? That's a Mini 2, right? That he's flying.
I think so. Hey Mel, good to see you.
They just on the Mini 2, they just clip on. They're buggers to put on and off too, because when you're out in the field, they're so small. Everything, well, the Mini's a little drone.
Mm-hmm.
So damn small. Trying to put that stuff.
Hey, Mel, I sent you a link. If you want to pop in, you're welcome to join us and be part of the conversation. So, thanks for coming. James, he's probably having his waffles about now.
He's having waffles. I gotta turn my audio on here. There we go. No more lightsaber action.
Hopefully he'll be able to
pissed off and went to bed because pop in. Maybe James will pop in soon.
Yeah, I think you probably a little later. He's probably still scarfing down his waffles. But his latest video was pretty cool. He's getting a lot of veggies, a lot of fruit coming in, and that's what the upside with all that rain they're getting. I mean,
yep. And all those minerals from the volcano.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's
down
true.
With the rain.
Mm-hmm.
It's like V8 juice coming out of the sky, probably.
Yep.
Vitamins and minerals in the water.
And plus, when those plants die or it decomposes and it becomes mulch, and that's why that soil is just so rich. Good over. So rich, yeah.
The grass is so damn green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oop, I'm pooping out again.
There you go. Now you got back. Yeah, drone views says you could grow litter. Yep, that's true. And Greg, Oz by drone, lots of earthquakes. That's true. At least they're not locked down like those folks in Australia. So it's kind of like living in a penal colony.
Oh crap! My neighbors must be watching something else on TV now. I'm choked out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm frozen.
Yes, that's right, Johnny. We even here in Colorado, we need the rain. Yeah, that's what she said, Greg. Yeah, Australia was originally a penal colony, and now with the lockdowns, they get to feel that sensation again.
I don't know if I'm moving or not.
And I got this in the mail today. Another charger. Yep, I could charge up a bunch of batteries because this guy goes with the Mobula 7.
Nice.
Yep. And this also has the USB port on the back, like the Mobulus one, and it's got the charger for the big batteries.
The big batteries? Oh, you mean your
like your
FPV batteries?
Yeah, that's right.
I see the 2-pin on there. I see like a 2-pin Molex kind of thing.
Yep. So that'll be nice.
I only have fake FPV. I have DJI FPV, which is fake FPV. Not real FPV. Not traditional FPV, as John Coopy would say.
Oh, XT60?
What's XT60? Is that the type of connector?
I have no idea.
Johnny D, is that a drone or is that a type of connector? I'm guessing a drone.
I think that's it. Sounds like it.
I didn't Google it.
And Jody, Drone Shots, welcome to the show. Oh, cool. We got a good group tonight. Yep. It's connector. Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I'm not that well versed in connectors. But okay. XT60. So that's pretty standard then for FPV. Is that kind of like the old radio controlled car connector? It looks similar. Remember the little Molex for batteries on RC cars? Like one was square and was like kind of like semicircular or something.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but I used to have those NiCad packs all over the place. Piles of them. The old NiCads.
Greg, I sent you a link if you want to jump in. You could keep us company. He's probably just getting up. It's probably 9 o'clock in the morning there, or 9:38 in the morning.
Down under.
Yep.
The mail goes
that's right,
you, John. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah. Yeah, you have to have good penetration.
Ooh, that's what she said.
James is choking on his waffles right now. Chuck, he had to demonetize art again. Why did he do that? I have to write you a check. Cover your demonetizing fees or anti-monetizing fees. Come on, I gotta get this thing to work. Or I'm gonna put this stupid phone. He flies FPV, but he has a mini.
Yep. Isn't that the one that you get hacked and you can fly like an FPV? It's one of those drones.
The mini?
Yeah, I believe so. The V1, the V1 goggles you can. Hey, Matt Cundiff, good to see you. Matt just got his toffee today, so I hope your daughter enjoyed the toffee. Hope she's feeling better.
Maddie looks a lot like a drone. Yeah, I hope his
He
daughter's
just
doing
went
all right.
out
Sasha was
fishing earlier today and caught a whole bunch of mahi.
Ooh, my buddy used to kiddingly say mahi was Hawaiian for fish. It's fish. But yeah, he had the twins going on the back of that thing too. That was a pretty nasty looking fishing boat with the big old twins on the back hauling ass. I was impressed.
Yeah. That boat looks very similar to the one that Darcy and Brian use on their channel. They're Sizzle Offshore.
Somehow I think Darcy looks a little better on that boat than Maddie. Sorry, Maddie. No offense. Oh, God. Yeah, we're dogs. Oh.
So
I gotta wave my phone to get back.
There you go. Yeah, Darcy's channel is growing like crazy. When I first started watching it was like just under 370K. Now it's closing in on 375. And James Tanner's channel is growing too. He's growing, closing in on 45K. Yeah.
Yep. James is doing all right. I know. And me, I'm just chugging along slow.
Well, I notice again? I'm getting more subscribers lately. So I finally got up over the 1440 mark, where I'd been for a long time, and then it dipped down to almost 1430. It was around 1431. And but since I've been putting out more FPV videos, it's starting to go back up again.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. I'm trying to tap into, pun intended, tap into the brewery thing. It seems like that's kind of working a little bit. So it's kind of fun to do those.
Cool.
He's teasing me. Chuck's out drinking and flying. Gotta fly first, drink second. It's tricky.
You know, another cool channel is called Still It. Have you seen that channel?
No.
I think it's out of England. The guy's got an English accent. He distills liqueurs. And the latest one I just saw is making a blueberry liqueur. And it's like super easy to make. Yeah, that's right. A burger or bottle.
It happened again. Well, not bottles so much as glasses, but yeah, it happened again today. We had burgers again today.
This tastes refreshing. And the door. Yes, this does taste refreshing.
All right. Set this down. See if that works. Hands free.
Yeah, so basically, to make a blueberry liqueur, you just take vodka or, something like Everclear. You break up the blueberries and you put into, it looked like a big mason jar, and then you put this liquor in and just barely get over the top of it, and you just let all that juice, get soaked up into the liquor. And then then what you do is you get colander and you pour it out, you get all the stuff out of it, and then pour the liquid back in. You either put a little bit of honey, or you get sugar syrup. You put a little bit of that in there, and it kind of sweetens it a little bit. The honey sounds kind of interesting.
Can't get the. All right, I
And then
can't
you
find the
get,
sweet spot to hold the phone. It's like I gotta.
yeah, you look a little fuzzy. It comes in
Yeah,
and
well,
out. And,
it comes and goes.
yeah, oh, now you're locked.
That help?
You're frozen. There you go. You're back.
Better?
Yep.
I'm trying to get
Just
this
leave it
phone to stop
alone.
doing stupid shit because I'm getting high
Oh.
mobile data usage, higher than normal.
Ooh.
What do I got left?
Sure shows. Alan says his grandmother used rock candy. That sounds like a Sammy Hagar song. Montrose. Down, down, down. Down, 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 down. Down. Hot, sweet, and sticky. You can tell I'm a metalhead.
Oh, the opening music was really, really cool, Art.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like
music.
Mm-hmm.
That first track was really awesome. I like the first track. I don't know what it was called.
Yeah.
That one was kicking, man. I was digging that. Yeah, it was like I was just like freaking air drums and stuff. We were waiting to go backstage.
Well, you know who inspired me to change that?
No.
Ken Dono. Because his theme song that he uses on his timer is real catchy, and I thought, hey, I'm a subscriber to Epidemic Sound, you know, find something, change it up. Redid the whole thing, and I finally figured out how to get that funky background out of the yellow, and got it working today.
Nice
so
job.
that's cool.
Yeah, nice job. And the audio is really good.
Good
track.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's part of it's challenging, but Epidemic Sound is just almost limitless in what's there. You start digging in, and then you like I've had really good luck finding a few tracks to use in my latest vlogs that you can cut them up, and if you really want to edit audio, you can do that too. It's like you can really if you have a good editor, you can really mess around. I've been having fun screwing around with the music to make it work with the video clips, because the video clips sometimes you get them right where you kind of want them, and the music isn't just right. So then you can like kind of snip, chip, chop up the music a little bit,
or fade out. Yeah.
And I've stretched songs like the beginning to like have more of an instrumental part while we're talking, and then I'll go and have the vocals in the song fit in between where the B-roll is and stuff. And it's a lot of work. Hopefully somebody notices, but I mean, I like it. I like the result, the end product. But yeah, Epidemic Sound's kicking out. Anybody who says you don't need it, they're full of crap. It's great.
Oh yeah. It's
never ending. It's never ending. You're always learning.
It takes a lot of practice, and I've been doing this for 3 years as well. And what did I use? I think I
used before.
You know what? I think I used the GoPro editor. And then when I found Filmora, I fell in love with Filmora. That was just so easy and intuitive to use.
That's probably like Video Studio like I was using, but then I kind of sort of wanted more. Even though it was more difficult, that's when I switched to DaVinci. Because DaVinci's a pain in the ass when you first start using it.
Right.
But it's so much better. It's just so much better. I can't explain it. It's not as quick and dirty and easy like Filmora and Video Studio and some of the other ones that are out there. But you just have more bandwidth. You can do crazier stuff. You can have more video tracks laid over. Like I think I was limited to 2 in Video Studio, and I can have like 4 or 5 of them now. I get my captions on one. I can bring in 3 of my cameras in the other one. I can sync everything up, so I can have that you probably sometimes I have the back and forth stuff where I'll have two cameras. I like to have two cameras going now, where I'll have one pocket facing like the bartender in a brewery, and I'll have one facing Lori and me, and I'll snap back between the two of them,
right?
Stuff like that. I couldn't do that with Video Studio, not like you can do now.
And plus, I'm getting better with my thumbnails. I've been really watching a lot of Sean Oz.
Yeah, I've been working on that too. It's still work in progress. Well, everything's work in progress for all of us. We're always getting better. Yes, thumbnails are important. I was too lazy with them for a long time. I'm starting to get more serious with those.
Yeah.
That helps too.
Well, I like the way how Sean will have like a line outline around his head. I kind of like to learn how to do that. That just kind of makes that, pop. And what I do is I found this really cool tool that takes video and makes JPEG files. And I use that, and I go into Canva.
Capture still.
Yeah. I use Canva.
Yeah.
And I put the photo in there, and then that way I could, put a title in. They got some really cool titles that you could use. I've been using that, and or I could use shapes, and I could, have my face on one half, and then like a solid sheet with a bar through it, and there is where the title will go in.
Yeah. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do. I'll grab a screenshot from the video now, and then I have a way I'll do it too. It's not really pretty. It's like 3 steps, but I can grab a screenshot from the video, then bring it in and edit it, and then use TubeBuddy has a really good thumbnail maker.
Right. I haven't used theirs. I use them mainly for making tags.
Yeah, well, it's good for templates too. Like I'm using TubeBuddy to get like a nice consistent template so that everything looks like it's on the channel, looks more like consistent. I'm thinking of changing the channel name too, but we'll see. A little bit.
You don't like Covaction?
I do. I like Covaction a lot. The dronography is bugging me. It's too much to say. Yeah. Considering.
Well, not like ArtCo drone solution.
Well, that's a little wordy too, but no offense. It's cool.
I think that works, Yeah.
You can go ADS. ACDS with a lightning bolt between the C and the D. AC lightning bolt DS, like ACDC.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. Dirty deeds, and they're done dirt cheap.
There you go. My grandfather had a business called United Buying Service, or UBS. And when I was like, around 13 or 14, I always called him Pop. That was what I called him. I said, "Hey, Pop, is that the U before the BS?" And he just kind of, had and then he started big grin on him.
Yeah, it's good.
My dad started chuckling when he heard that.
Who's the other? Remember Gallagher used to always pick on UPS. See, who would trust anybody to deliver their packages when the truck says "oops" on the side of it, or I forget what the line was.
Or ups, yeah.
Yeah, he said "oops." Was that Peter? Was that was his name Peter Gallagher? Is that who it was?
No.
The comedian.
Yeah, no.
He was.
Now his brother, for a while, his brother was doing the same act.
Oh, really? The Sledge-O-Matic and all that?
Yeah, I think he had to sue him and got him to stop doing that.
I remember like years this is My older sister used to watch the Michael Douglas show, and I was too young.
Right. Oh God,
and
me too.
Gallagher was on there, and he used to have the hats with all the stuff that was going on them.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I wonder if those clips are.
Yeah, he was the big prop comic next to, and then there was Carrot Top.
Yeah, I've seen him in Las Vegas. He's freaking hilarious. I saw him like how long? It was probably, I'd say it's pushing 15 years ago. My wife and I went to the Luxor to see him. Oh, he's so funny.
And he used to be on the Tonight Show quite a bit.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think, back when Jay was still the host. Johnny and Jay. I think it was mostly with Jay Leno.
Yeah.
But
he's a freaky looking dude though.
Yeah, he is.
But he's hilarious. It's just like that was some of the best money we spent in Vegas watching him. He was hilarious. And then
that guy, I think he's one of the wealthiest comics in the country.
Really?
Yeah.
He's ripped. The guy's freaking ripped.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be in the gym every day, all day.
Yep.
Then there was Penn and Teller. We saw them a few years ago.
Right. And those guys are making good money. They're funny.
Are they still in the Rio? They were in the Rio for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. There was another duo that I got to perform with these guys. Remember Mac and Jamie?
Barely.
Yeah, they
Sounds
were
familiar.
Yeah, they had a thing called Condemnation. Yeah. They used to have a show on, I think it was, around the time UPN was just starting to take off, and John Biner would come in, and that show launched Kevin Pollak's career. Remember Kevin Pollak?
Yeah, SNL, right? He was on Saturday Night Live.
I don't think he was on. No, you're thinking of someone else. Kevin Pollak was. Remember A Few Good Men? He was one of the naval lawyers, and he was also in a whole bunch of other movies. He was one of the little people in the movie Willow.
Oh God, he was. Oh, shit, what movie was he in where he jumped across the desk to kick the crap out of somebody? It was like, oh, damn it. He was a writer. And he is a little person, and like, yeah, I do know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think what the movie I'm thinking of, where he came in,
one of his
really famous.
One of his big bits was he does a great Peter Falk. I mean, he would talk like him and do the eye thing, and you nailed Peter Falk.
Somebody say, "Oh, Peter Falk." I mean, Columbo.
Yeah. I mean, he'd do the eye thing, and with the and another thing.
I was thinking of Peter Sellers instead of Peter Falk.
Not Peter Sellers.
Inspector Clouseau.
Yeah.
I got my Peters confused too. I'm losing it. Dehydrated. Must be getting delusional.
Maybe
it's something
I'll
in
find
the water.
The picture. Kevin.
Oh, the Drone Ranger's in the house. The Drone Ranger.
Okay, I got a picture of. There he is.
Yes. Oh, yep. Okay, I know that dude. Yeah.
And I got to perform with him.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Nice
guy.
Do you get to talk to any of these guys still?
No, I haven't talked to them. And yes, he was in the movie Elf. Yep. Yeah, so yeah, I got to work with a lot of guys before they made it.
Big.
Hey, Dave, welcome to the show. I'm doing pretty good. Just working hard, and it is that time. It is time to give away some toffee. All right, folks.
I'm starting.
Pick a number between 1 and 40, and you could be a winner of some excellent Enstrom's almond toffee.
But not 26.
So, and sorry, Americans only can't. Well, I could ship to Canada, so
you dirty rotten scoundrel. I saw last week in the rerun that it was like the number was 23 or something, and my 26 would have taken the toffee.
Yeah, Sean Ide was the winner. Oh yes, Mike, he was in Usual Suspects. Yep. Alrighty. Dean, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Pick a number between 1 and 50, and you can win a box of Enstrom's almond toffee. Maddie of Maddie's Drone World was the latest winner. Actually, he didn't win. I just sent him a box because, his daughter broke his arm. So.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice little present for her. So.
Is she healing up okay now? Probably.
Yeah, Matt, how's she doing? Let's know. All right, folks, let's get that wheel out and let's spin that wheel, shall we?
Do it.
This time I'll share the audio.
Oh, you didn't last time? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I had to watch.
Alrighty. And there we go. We got that wheel. Let's get ready to roll. Let's spin that wheel.
Well, we have
the winning number
Robbie
is
16, and you have a 19. Robbie has 19.
Yeah, but Robbie lives in Belgium.
Uh-oh. There's a 22. There's a 25.
Oh, there's
21. There's 21.
Oh, is there? Oh, Johnny DRC. Oh, let's see. No, Matt, you're a little late, Matt. Alrighty, so who was that? Johnny D was the closest?
Johnny D's at 21, so he's 5 off. That's pretty close.
Yeah, and Mike B, he's at 9, but that's 7 off. So
yeah.
Johnny, looks like you're a winner. Congratulations, Johnny.
You win. You won dinner for 2 at Burger World. Oh wait, you won a box of toffee.
You won a box of Enstrom's almond toffee. Oh,
sure. Tell him what he's won, Biff.
Right. Oh, hold on. Hold the boat.
You got a problem?
Now, Robbie said he wants to send it to his family, and I mean, is that cool with you, Johnny? Okay, I'll do that. All right, Robbie, give me the address in the. Well, I know you're on Facebook. You could DM me the address, and I'll ship that off to him. Congratulations, cool. Robbie.
He's paying it forward in toffee.
There you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good deal. That stuff is so good.
Yep. Yeah, Matt could tell you. Well, Matt, did you have any of that toffee, or did
Your daughter hammer it down?
I think his daughter probably scarfed it down in 5 minutes.
Oh, with that, yeah, it's stuff. It's hard to stop.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that stuff's addictive. It's really, really good.
Well, not the time before. The last time I was at my friend Rick's house, not this last week, but the time before that, he gave me one of those Crown Royal bags full of little miniatures of almond toffee, dark chocolate, and milk chocolate. So I've been eating 2 of those a day, and I still have a little bit left.
I don't know how you do it. How do you resist? It's willpower, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, I could, Robbie, but it's in a box. Comes in a little box, so it'd be kind of hard to.
Yeah, it's foil wrapped too. It's like foiled up and everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Johnny won. I think he was the winner last. I think he was the winner last week. Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks, Johnny D. Thanks for, your kindness, paying it forward.
Very cool.
And don't forget, next week I will be having a drawing for
FPV.
The Mobula 7 FPV drone.
Batteries not included.
Batteries are included.
Ooh.
But here it is.
Some assembly required? Not
no assembly.
The H3?
Well, you know what? When I got it, there was some assembly required, and Mitch fixed it for me. So
Mitch is a good dude.
I went out and I got some extra batteries for it, and it came with another set of batteries, or not batteries.
Props.
What?
Yeah.
Gotta fix my. Anyway, here are the batteries. These are like
those are cute.
250. Yeah. These are cool. So you got 4 batteries, and you got a little tool to help you change the props when you want to change them out.
Nice.
Oh, and when I was at Rick's house last week, oh boy, I got to turn down the headphones. Yeah, we were talking about my channel, how you'll get advertisements now that, well, even when you're not monetized, you'll have advertisements. And he's going, well, we need to advertise on Art's channel. I go, well, that's kind of hard to do because I can't control whose stuff shows up on my channel, but it's usually drone related. I'm just glad that I'm not getting Manscaped ads anymore.
I don't know. Did you see Fishing with Louisa there? Her Manscaped video?
No.
Oh. She made me want to buy one.
Yeah. Well, hey, welcome, One Vision Drones. Good to see you, and Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
That's about all the German I know.
I know. Farfennugen.
I figured out what Farfennugen means.
What's it mean?
It means
Chevrolet is shit. What's it mean?
No, it's what you get when you eat too many Fig Newtons. You fart Fig Newtons.
Fart
And the other one, and what is that that German winemakers say when they're stomping grapes, when they say goodbye? Our feet are stained.
That's a good one. That's better than the other one. My feet are stained.
Well, thanks, Robbie.
Octung Baby. Good U2 album. yeah. One Vision Drone says you're too. Yeah, yep. You got it. Yeah. He has his blast shield on in his little avatar too. Wearing his blast shields.
Hey, Michael, Fly Zone Drones, welcome to the show.
Where Michael
Seth.
and Sergio can't be far away. Oh, you Seth travel vlog too. Yep.
All the way from the Philippines.
That must mean that James should be in the house soon.
Yes, James should be coming in the house pretty soon.
What's he waiting for? I'll make him feel guilty.
Come on, James. You know what? He's been having brownouts lately. So hopefully his power's back on.
I feel some of his struggles with technology is I'm probably going to have to get out of here soon because I'm getting data warnings and stuff on my phone.
Oh. Well, you know what? Your stream's looking pretty good.
Shh! Don't tell Verizon. Well, maybe it came back and I just don't know it. Maybe they didn't send me a message.
Oh, you could be. You want to turn off your phone and all of a sudden.
I'm afraid. I wonder if I can check without killing anything.
Well, you could.
It's still dead. No, I looked on my PC. I can see that I usually run hardwired to the desktop.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I can see that the hardwire connection still says no internet. So no, it's still.
That's.
Those dudes are gonna milk it all weekend. We'll be lucky if we get internet before tomorrow night. They're gonna get that double time action as long as they can. Two dudes out there screwing around.
That's what I have on my PC. My PC's hardwired into my modem with the Ethernet cable.
It's totally the
best way to go. Got a big 50-foot cable that goes from here out to my living room.
You know what? I was going to laugh at you, but when I think about it, that's what I have because I have cable that runs from the basement and up into the attic and drops down to all the spaces. And every room has its own color of Cat 6, so I could color code everything. Cool. That's for troubleshooting when something bad happens. At least it's all color coded. Yeah.
Well, if I ever own a house, that'd be one of the things I would do is run Cat 5 throughout the house.
Cat 6.
Or Cat 6.
It's about it's the same stuff, just a teeny tiny bit heavier. So.
And get a nice little router put on there and
a nice switch, and then get a gigabit switch, bring the router into the gigabit switch, and then send everything out and about wherever you need to go. But dude, working up in the attic was a pain in the ass. I think we talked about that before. That was in February. I was up there freezing my ass off, drilling holes up in this, running shit around.
Well, you know, when James was building his house, he was forward thinking. He had that all set up. He knew what he wanted.
Yeah.
So he had all the conduits all put in for his wiring.
I would totally do that if I built a house because I'd run 1-inch conduit and have everything ready to. And you have to have one feeder so you can bring in something new, pull in something new with the old stuff. You have to have a line in there to bring in something new. So
right.
Pull it up through and fish it through.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, my house was built in '84, so there was no Cat 5 or 6. There was some coax running around in places for cable TV.
There you go.
But yeah, I had to run everything. I had to drill holes and pull stuff through walls and get creative and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It was worth it though. Having hardwire in the house is awesome. And then,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wi-Fi is okay in a pinch like now.
Yep.
Yeah. Chuck, we need to talk. You have to explain it. Explain what? Explain what? I lost myself. What, the Cat 6 stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I just want to wait for the Cat 7.
Drink more water.
But the Cat 8, that's when you have a jazz band in your living room.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good cats.
Yeah.
What's he talking about? Oh, Michael, he had a video up on the he had the shell of what might be the Mini 3.
Oh?
Sure. Are you sure, Michael? That looks suspect, brother. I'm not sure. But time's going to tell anyway. We'll know soon.
Yeah.
The Mini 3's got to be super close. I mean, they're getting DJI is getting so much heat from Hubson and the rest of them that they're going to have to do something. Mm-hmm. Maybe out of character for them, but they're going to have to protect.
Well, from what I heard, they kind of had to push that back till October or December.
Hubson
because
did?
No, the Mini 3, the DJI drone.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's typically when they release it. Well, the first two, I should say, came out around Thanksgiving?
Right.
The gift giving season. I love the Mini 2. Oh man, I was flying that today. That thing is so awesome. That little dude doesn't upset anybody. You can hardly hear it. Wow, it's so awesome.
Hey, here's another news related video that Jeff sent me that I will play, and we'll share screen. Let's get the audio.
Well, you're sharing that. Michael, I agree with you, man. We'll see. Time will tell.
FPV taking that swimming pool.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh man!
It happened again. Art.
Ooh,
I froze again.
Splash, taking it back. Sleeping Bear FG, welcome. Good to see you. Wow, that is cool. Again. Oh, is he going to get in the water? Oh, Mike says he could do that. LOL. Lol.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. My internet choked on me. I think it couldn't handle the video and the audio. It couldn't handle the bit rate.
Oh, it went in the water. Oh man,
that was kind of awesome though. He went down and dove for it. The guy was smiling.
I wonder if it was a DJI drone.
I don't think so. I think it had a GoPro because the GoPro didn't care about the water. It was still filming just fine.
That's true.
Yeah,
because a 5 or above, they're waterproof up to so many meters, even without the special case.
Yeah, and a pool's only what, like 12 feet deep at the deep end, which is 6, 9, 12, 4 or 5.
I want to thank Jeff Sills for sending that to me. Cool.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool stuff. I saw one today with an FPV where like a person did a backflip off of like a truck going over a bridge, and then they skydove off the frickin' off the truck off the bridge deck. It was in the FPV drone chased him. It was freaking awesome. It was like over.
Oh man,
it was killer.
Oh.
Man, I can't do that to get 1 million views, but that's all it would take.
Yeah.
I got it. I don't have it in me. I can't do it. It was badass though.
Well, you know what? I get this bad boy going. You know that water tower? I'm going to fly that water tower, man.
Fly the hell out of that thing, man.
I'm going to get up there and get over the top and go...
Fly around it and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. You going to do digital art? You going digital, or is that still going to be analog?
No, that's analog. And with the GoPro type camera, it won't matter.
Oh, that's right. I mean, that's right. Your final footage will be really perfect, basically. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I forget about that.
I just gotta get some tie downs, zip ties to hold down the thing to put the camera in.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
it's pretty stout. That thing looks pretty stout right there.
I mean, it's got a couple places right here where I could put a zip tie in and put the mount on, and that'll hold it in pretty tight.
It looks nice. Looks solid.
Yeah. It's got an aluminum frame right here.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
That's it. Aluminium. Oh, Geek Svana and Keith and the rest of them are all going to get mad at me. Just kidding. Just kidding. See, that's when British English sounds so much nicer than American English. It's so much more pleasant.
Maurice, yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
Bob Casey.
Hey, Bob Casey, welcome. Good to see you, man. Oh, just gotta. One of my friends from the Philippines just sent me a Facebook message.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, we got talking about the earthquake there, and I guess it wasn't in Puerto Galera. It was in Batangas. Is where the earthquake was centered in.
I still have to watch James' video because I started to watch it and it was just so choppy.
Yeah.
Man, I'm really wondering if things are starting to improve because seriously, my neighborhood, the LTE was completely saturated. Everybody was using it.
Hey, let's welcome all the way from the bowels of their temple in Lipa City, Philippines. It's James. Welcome, James. Good to see you.
Good morning, guys.
Hey,
I think it feels like a long time. Chuck, were you around last time? I don't know if you were here last time.
No, he's been gone a couple weeks.
That's why.
Was it the first Saturday I missed? I was in Woodstock, New York. And I'm still working on editing stuff up. I have one I want to pop out tomorrow. Then last week, our niece spent the weekend with us. It was kind of
views. Say hi to everybody inside the comment section. Yeah, Chuck, I liked your I liked your video, the one where you and Lori run a little choo-choo train.
Oh yeah,
where was
the little rails?
Those are rail bikes.
Yeah,
that's what we did with our niece last weekend.
That looks like fun. I would like to do that.
That one got a lot of hits. I was like, holy crap, this thing just exploded on there. And,
that was cool. Anytime I see those, the little train things that they have, the little miniature trains inside there. So I was just watching yesterday. I record old episodes of what's that TV series? I don't know what channel it's on. It's the guys that do the antiques that drive all over the country and they go to the
that's American Pickers.
American Pickers, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it just so happened the episode I was watching wasn't yesterday, it was the day before yesterday because we didn't have any electricity yesterday all day. The day before yesterday I was watching And they went to this guy's house. The lady there, her husband passed away, and they kind of turned her house into like this antique museum. And he collected a little bit of everything, and they were like pristine. All of the antiques inside, they're like pristine, brand new. And inside their house, they actually had one of those like if you went to the mall. And it was on the first floor. It was on the ground level because I think their house where they lived was on. I don't know if you saw that. You watch American Pickers? I don't know if you.
No, but I know exactly what you're going to tell us about it because like I always wanted to do that. Have like a train.
So that's what they did. That's what they did. But this was the kind that you see like if you go to the mall and the kitty thing.
You ride on it.
Oh yeah,
the carnival.
And
he had it. He had it inside the house. And
awesome.
And it must have been one of the later series because remember when American Pickers first started. The two people on there were the skinny guy. I can't remember the names of the two guys. And then the short, kind of plump guy with the beard. And man, he's kind of gone. And the brother of the owner of the antique shop, the brother is, I think it's his brother. Yeah, it's his brother. He's the one that is the partner now and going to all these places. And he's pretty funny too. And he's sitting in there. And what they did, they played a trick on him. He sits inside the train. And the lady that owns the house and all the stuff that she got from her deceased husband, she puts it on, and it's going around in a circle. And the brother says, "Okay, you can turn it off now. I need to get off." And they just kept going round and around, and they were around. They probably ran it like 15 times more, round and around, until I thought he was getting ready to. Yeah,
stop it. Yeah,
that's funny. But that's what that reminded. That's what when you and Lori went in there. And what did you say that was your niece? Who was that with you?
That's our 15-year-old niece. She we had her for the weekend. She still likes to hang out with us for some reason. But we did mortify her last week because like I had talked to the company that does those Rail Explorer things. I called them up and I said, "Yeah, I'm a dronographer and I'm FAA certified and I want to fly my drone a little bit, get some of the footage." And then they patched me through to like the regional director of the company. He's like, "Yeah, I don't think that's such a good idea." I said, "Well, I have this thing called a Mini 2. I want to use it. Only weighs 249 grams and I'm not going to fly it anywhere near the other patrons. I don't want to get anybody like hurt or anything. I'm concerned about safety." But he said, "Well, you can't stop the bike." They call them bikes, by the way. What rides on the tracks, and there's 2 and 4 person bikes. You can't stop that, but we do go all the way down the one end, and then they physically turn the bikes around. They have to put them on this thing. I wish I had filmed some of it. I didn't. They turn them around. That was kind of cool. But anyway, it all worked out. So we were Lori and I were filming our intro in front of the sign. And the first one, Kate was with us, and the girl was mortified. She's like, "Everybody's looking at us because I'm just up there with a selfie stick, and I don't care." I'm like filming us, like, "Hey, I'm Chuck, and I'm Lori, and we're Covaction Dronography." And she's just like, "Oh my god!" And and then everybody was watching us the whole time, you know. It's like, "What's this guy doing?" I'm walking around with a selfie stick, and she's just like, "I don't know these people," because you know how a 15-year-old is. It was tough on her. But now she got to see the process. So she got to see the process, what we go through to tell the story and get all the footage and get the pieces and then put it all together. So I think she kind of gets it now, James.
Well, I don't know because you haven't really been doing it for a long period of time. I've been doing, and it's not really long, but I've been doing the vlogging for 4 years now.
Yeah.
But you doing the vlogging, and even if you have a successful or semi-successful channel, get you free passes and get you in places that you normally wouldn't be able to get to. But sometimes it works against you. Sometimes when you do that, because sometimes people they're like, "Oh my goodness, the stuff I have here is going to be exposed and people are going to see this, and do I want to do that?" Maybe it's a privacy issue and things like that. I've had at points, like I have a video where one time I went into SM Lipa. It's the big mall, the biggest mall that we have here, and they have a grocery store inside there. And I've been in there 100 times doing videos because when I first the first year of doing it, when I was here by myself before my wife moved to the Philippines with me, I would go inside there, and because a lot of people in other places around the world, especially the United States, they don't really know, and they're curious, what is the price of everything on the shelf compared to what we pay for things on the shelf?
Oh boy.
Here.
Yeah.
So I would go inside there and I would say, and I would show, this was my shopping, and they would see the crap that I buy for myself for eating. You know, I do the regular guy kind of things, and my meals typical is like hot dogs and ham sandwiches and ramen. You know, that's my. But I would go down the aisles, and I would zoom in. I would zoom in on the prices, so that, and I would type inside there. Usually, I would type the price, U.S. dollar price versus the Philippine peso price, so people kind of get an idea. And I got to tell you, I did that 100 times going. But then one day I go into to the SM supermarket inside there, and the security guard comes up to me and he's like, and there's signs posted all over the place, and many of the video is not allowed inside the store, this type of stores. And but
I've experienced this.
Yeah. But they've always been really good. Everybody's always been really good. Nobody's really. I've only had 2 challenges in 4 years. One was in that supermarket, but this is what I did. The security guard came up to me, and he said, "You can't do that. You put the camera away. You have to put the camera away." So what I find that works really well in the Philippines, that probably won't work in our culture in the United States, is what you do is you make friends. Here, if you make friends, you'd be surprised what people will do for you over here. They'll go totally out of their way, especially if you try speaking the language just a little bit. And so I made friends with the security guy, and I said, and I explained to him that I had a vlog, and I said, you need to stop by my vlog sometime. And then we started talking. He's like, can I be on your vlog?
There you go. Now you're in.
You just told me I can't be in your video, but he wanted to be on the vlog. So I went ahead and I interviewed him inside there in the store, and it's on one of our episodes. And
nice.
He shook my hand. He said, "Next time you come here, he said, you find me. I'll help you out if you have any questions inside here." So from that point, and until this day, and that was 3 years ago, till this day, every time I go inside there, he smiles, he waves, he kind of like helps me get inside the store. But that's the way things work over here.
It's the same here. Lori and I were at the Woodstock Museum, and we were approached by security, and the guy came up to me. He's like, because I'm filming the crap out of this place, and he's like, you're not supposed to video record in here. You can take all the pictures you want. And I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Why?" He says, "Well, we're playing copyrighted music." And I said, "Yeah, I know, but I have I can mask that with Epidemic Sound. I pay for a service. I do this a lot, so I'm not worried about. I'll mask your music. Don't worry about that." And then he's like, "Yeah, really, you shouldn't be video recording in here. It's like, you take all the pictures you want." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." I'm using all that footage. I don't care. I'm using it. I got it. I'm using it. Come and get me.
Well, I tell you the one that surprised me the most, and I guess the security people, they don't understand it. Maybe the people, the managers of the store, and some of the other people, because I often visit Wilcon. Wilcon is the equivalent to Lowe's and Home Depot in the U.S. That's the big box store here for home improvement. And I've been at pretty much every Wilcon between Manila and Batangas City in the southern part of Luzon here. And I always see, when you walk right on all the doors, the main doors on the entrance, it's got that sign. Yeah. You can't do any video. So but they've always let me do it, except for this one place in Alabang, just on it's like a suburb of Manila. And I went inside there, and the security guy gave me a really hard time inside there. And I asked him, I said, "Can I speak with your manager?" Because it was an important episode for me, because it was the episode for us doing the shopping for the grill. It was it's Bull, the Bull brand. It's an American grill. And the thing again, the security guards don't understand. Wilcon themselves, they would probably be okay with it because it promotes their brand. And I always give them rave reviews because of the amount of stuff that they have inside there, the availability and the newer stuff. So everything that I do is positive, and it gives them, I guarantee you, it gives them sales. You know, and I'm not affiliated. I don't have any affiliation with any of these stores around here. But the guy gave me a real hard time, but he wouldn't let me talk to the manager, and so that was the only bad review I gave ever of a store, and it had to do with the customer, and it wasn't vindictive, it wasn't harsh. I just said I had a unpleasant experience at this specific WoolCon in this specific location inside here. And I have a disclaimer that says, you know, all the other places, they've always been great, but I think the managers need to speak with people inside here, how they treat. And I noticed for some reason at that one store, I don't know what it is, but there is an atmosphere amongst the employees there and the security. Everybody doesn't seem like they're happy with their job inside there. And it could be they have bad managers. I don't know what it is, but all the other WoolCons, everybody is so helpful, and except for that one. But that's my WoolCon story.
Hey, I think my internet's coming back on, boys and girls.
Oh, good.
So,
well,
I'm gonna go.
Chuck,
I'm gonna go do.
Chuck, I thought when you came on, because I had this issue. Mine's probably, is it okay right now? My video and audio, is everything okay?
Yeah, you look good.
Yeah.
Remember, well, I don't know about me
last
looking good.
Week was bad.
Last week was really bad. So I tried. I had to figure out what is causing this problem, because it was the first time I had that real big issue. So I did so many. Normally, when you troubleshoot, you work one item at a time until you find what the problem is. Because if you change a lot of things, then you don't know what the problem was. So I suspect it. Yeah, I suspect it was between my network, and you notice today I'm using the Samsung USB mic inside here. Last week I was using the Bluetooth.
That's right.
What do they call that? The AirPods, the Apple AirPods. I was using those, and I don't really use those too much. So it was something maybe between that. Maybe I had some interference going on with the AirPods. Maybe I checked the network. The network was really good. I did the bandwidth test. It was doing great. But what I did, and I will tell you, and for those folks here who have a complex network inside the house like I do right here, well, if they do, then they pretty much know what they're doing probably. But for those who start adding all these devices on, like multiple routers or extenders or bridges, and start doing all these kind of things, it becomes, there's a delicate balancing act that they need to be aware of when they do all these things. And I have a program. What's the name of it? It's like Wi-Fi Explorer, I think is what it is. And what you can do is you can map your network, and we'll show you a graph, because all of your routers, every device that you have, your routers, mainly routers, they take up a certain spot in your frequency network, right?
I just switched over. I'm back.
Are you back on your,
good.
What'd you call it? FiOS or?
Back. FiOS. I interrupt this program for a second. I'll be right back. I got to get Lori up and running. She'll be very excited.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, James. You're telling a great story.
It's okay. It's okay. As a matter of fact, what you're talking about right now kind of plays into what I'm talking about with networking. We're going to go from drones into networking for just a moment right here. Go help Lori out, Chuck.
Yeah.
I got to fire up the wireless. I'll be right back.
There you go.
So anyway, what I was talking about balancing, it's a delicate balancing act. And if you have any type of a mapping type of software, and they're out there all over the place, you can look at your network and they'll show you over the bandwidth where all your devices, like if you have multiple routers inside your houses or bridges or extenders. And what you try to do on some of these things, especially if you have multiple routers, you don't want them to be on the same network or on the same frequency, and you don't want them to overlap. Actually, they can overlap identical over the top of each other, and that's actually better than you putting out halfway if you do like on channel set, and you look at them and they're like taking up half and the other way over the other channel, and that actually introduces a lot of noise and a lot of issues. So what I did is I looked, and I didn't really, and I'm a network engineer, and I just haven't messed with this stuff. I put all the stuff up, and I'm like, oh my goodness, look at this network. This looks horrible. People, if anybody ever looked at this, I'd be embarrassed to show them because I was like all over the place, on top of myself, all over the place. And I'm the only one out here, so there's no other houses around me that are actually. So what I did was I balanced. I started manually. I started assigning slots for each one of my devices to different spots inside there. So that might be why we're a little bit better right now. As a matter of fact, I am on the worst network in the entire house right now talking to you. I'm in the basement. And this is a VPN going from here to my VPN server at my house in the United States. And that's, I get the worst bandwidth because unless you're on something like Nord, a really like NordVPN or some of the bigger guys. Yeah. If you're on a private one that you have your own client server relationship, you usually get the worst throughput when you do stuff like that. And that's what I have here. But if it's going through and you're not having any issues with then we're all good. Life is good right now.
Well, before you came on, Chuck and I were talking about setting up networks in our house. You know, like we were talking about how you had all your conduits and everything predetermined and set up to where you wanted it that way. Where Chuck, you know, he bought a house and it was built in the 80s. So he had to basically go through and pull everything.
I pulled everything. I've had to find places. I found a conduit of sorts that was a cold air return duct that went up between the stairwells from the basement up to the second floor, and that's right in the middle of the house, as it turns out. So I used that as a passageway. I got it up this high into this office I'm in right here, and then I went up the rest of the way into the attic. So I stopped here for the office and made two poles went here, and then I brought it into all the other bedrooms, up into the attic, and then back down into the walls of each. And I used a coat hanger, James. I used a coat hanger and drilled a hole. I drilled a hole up through the sheetrock right against the sheetrock wall. And I stuck the coat hanger up through, so I knew where to drill back down. I knew where to drill the hole saw back down to get in between the framing to get into the rooms. Oh,
I got to tell you, doing new construction is so much of an advantage over doing post construction and going, especially because if your house if your house was built before 1980, I think that's what you said, like 1980, when the house was built. 84, because building code changes over time. They do things for improvements, for safety, and what I noticed in our house that we built in the U.S., the house there. Well, I wasn't there for the build. This is where I found out once I started doing some renovations how bad the builders did a lot of stuff. It's a nightmare behind some of the walls, what you find behind some of the walls. But if you're doing something like running wires later on, and if your house is built to current code, they have fire blocks inside. So if you have two studs inside the wall, much, it's like 24 inches, something like that, off the floor.
That's what she said.
They have a between the two studs, they have another, basically a horizontal stud that connects them too. So if you had a fire at the level where the electrical service outlet is, and it caught on fire inside there, it would smother itself out in that small area right there.
Nice.
And but when you're running wires, when you're
screwed.
No, you're not. But you're going to be doing some.
Well, you have to use the fire. You have to use fire stop. You have to put the because there's material that you put in there, fire stop material, so you can pass something through, and then then you get the fire dampers and all kinds of crap. I don't know if we have. That's probably commercial stuff is trickling down into residential now. As far as
the only way I could figure to do that because I ran new wires, electrical wires, and networking wires and stuff like that. What I ended up having to do, I had to penetrate the sheetrock and make a hole in the sheetrock, and then go back and then patch it back up, with but that's the only, to be able to get through that block inside there and be able to do that. But sometimes
you have to kind of come in and go back out. Well, I got lucky. So everything was hidden because, well, it was Verizon Fios. The guy called me up and said, hey, I'm going to come to your house on Saturday and install everything. And I was like, how are you going to run this cable for me? Is it going to be in through the walls? He's like, no. I said, oh, well, then I need another week because I'm going to pull everything. And then he came over to the house and everything was home run right down by the breaker panel. And he's like, wow, this is great. Thank you. This is perfect. Thanks. Because, I went through all the BS, pulled it all up through the walls. And then could have done a video on that, James. That was something. Everything I have wall plates. Everything has wall plates. And then like they have the keyholes so that the Cat 6 female plugs are all the same color as the wires. Every wire is a different color. So I can, if anything goes wrong, I was telling Art if something goes wrong, I look at the yellow wire. Okay, that goes to the workout room. Yeah, I can just straighten that one out if something happens.
Yeah.
There you go.
I got to tell you, is what's so different from doing stuff in the U.S. via using the electrical code and doing the way you see stuff over here. Whatever color wire that was on sale that day, that's the color wire that they run through.
Well, I bought it all. I bought it all, and then I shouldn't have, because this guy could have given me a spool of I think it was RG6 or RG9. I don't know. I ended up buying the stuff because I pulled. Not only did I pull the Cat 6, but I pulled the coax because Fios was still using coax for TV when I did it. So I have both feeds in every single room. I pulled everything. So I was up to snuff.
Yeah.
Crazy times.
Yeah. If you look in any of our junction boxes anywhere, the good thing we have junction boxes here so that you can actually pull wire if you have any problem. If you need to add something later on, pull another wire. We have junction boxes everywhere. So our electrician was good about that. But if you look in a lot of the boxes, the neutral and the line, same color, or whatever color the day was that he bought the wire from Wilcon or wherever they bought it.
Yeah.
Nothing is color coded appropriately inside here. But that's and nobody there's no inspections.
You could flag it all though. You could flag everything if you wanted to, I guess.
Yeah, like, in the U.S. when you're building, they have a building inspector that comes out through all different phases. You got the plumbing inspector, you got the electrical inspector, sanitary. You got all here. Nobody comes and inspects. You get your plan approved by the city. If the plan looks good, and they actually have
a nice day.
Yeah, it goes. Then, but the builder. You're assuming that the builder is going to go by the plans, but nobody comes in. Nobody comes to inspect, and you really have to be here. You could see through the 300 and whatever many episodes that I did on the build here. It was a daily episode build when we built here. I was here every single day before the workers came here, after the workers left. And great thing about having a vlog is. And I've done this so many times. When I was about to drill a hole in a wall somewhere, I had to go back to my video and look and see what plumbing and what electrical is run. What's behind that part of the wall right there?
You want to punch a hole in a water pipe? That would be kind of bad.
Because these guys here, if you have a wall that's like this right here, right, and you have an electrical box in the middle down here, you would think the wires go straight up. Everything. Nothing. No, because if the junction box is over here and the electrical box is over here, they're going to use the least amount of wire that they have to pay for. And this is the way the wire is going to go. It's going to go at a diagonal, inside.
Oh boy!
Wow.
So
I see Bill.
Luckily I have all, and I can't tell you I can't tell you how many. Yeah, I have a road. I go to YouTube and I look at. What's behind that wall right there? What's behind wall number 2?
Nice. Yeah. Thank you, Monty. All right, Monty. I see Bill asked me, you were pulling cable in every room? Uh-huh. Took me like 3 days. I had a hard hat on. I was up in the attic. There's a crawl space. Yeah. Remember, there's the rafters, there's if I miss a rafter, I'm coming through sheetrock anyway. So yeah, there was a lot of. I had a hard hat on because it was like their nails through the ceiling and stuff. And
see any critters up there while you were up there?
Just dead yellow jackets. I actually found the nest that was killed years before. I remember when I had a guy come over and injected the poison into the ceiling above.
I got to tell you, it's probably one of the nastiest things that you can get is from yellow jackets and hornets. Not bees, not
Oh,
wasps.
I know. I've been nailed.
Those little tiny yellow jackets, because they come in hordes, and when they hit you, and they're fast, they're some of the fastest insects for flying with, and they're killers. They're literally killers. You get 100 bites, boom, or 100 stings in one spot.
Oh, I know a guy who was cutting his lawn, and he had jeans on, and he stepped on a ground nest of yellow jackets.
Yep.
He said you'd never seen a grown man drop his drawers as fast. You would swear there was a stripper there or something. You know, it's like I said, got rid of them so fast.
Yeah, I did.
They go right up your pant legs. They go right up your pant legs.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, we don't have that. We have these little tiny. They look like yellow jackets, and I know they got stingers, but they're not aggressive here like the ones in the U.S. The ones in the U.S. are super aggressive, and
and German. I think the German yellow jackets are the ones that are really nasty.
Yeah,
they wear those spiked helmets. That's how you can tell.
They go, where are your papers?
Oh, they don't ask you for papers. They just attack first. They don't want to see papers. They just attack. Come in fast.
Yeah, but I've dug up a couple, putting plants down in our garden in the U.S. and I've dug down and hit the nest, and and I ran. Luckily, I don't think I've been stung more than maybe about 3 times by yellow jackets in the U.S. But it's because back in the day,
hell, though.
Yeah, they do, and they sting for a very, very long period of time. But when I went back after I identified where the nest was, and then I poured something down to
gasoline
terminate them, and then when I exposed the area, those nests are huge.
Yeah,
these
are
nests,
expansive.
they're like 18 inches wide by about 18 inches deep.
They're expansive.
And they're incredible how big they are. It's almost like what we have here with termites. The termites build huge nests.
The best way to get rid of ground hornets or wasps is using 7 dust. I watched the guy that treats our house in the spring. He came over and we had a ground nest that went in right by the foundation along the driveway, for that matter. And he came in, he got a little bulb about this big, and he filled it up with the 7 dust and went poof, 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 just puffed it in there. And then they come out looking like powdered sugar, like cereal. But what they do is then he says, oh yeah, he says they'll bring it down to the queen. That's going to takes care of the nest. It takes like 3 days, but that stuff is the bomb, man. That stuff is great.
Well, that topic about what to do with underground insects like wasps or yellow jackets or hornets, or my problem here is ants.
Same thing though.
And
I had down to the queen.
Well, let me tell you, one good thing about the vlog, it's we have collaboration. Everybody kicks in and says what their home remedy is, and I will tell you, probably 90% of the answers for us for getting rid of things that have a queen, like an ant or hornet's nest or something like that, is they use borax here. They take borax.
Yes, my mother, God rest my mother-in-law, God rest her soul. She used to bring it over. She brought over a sugar and borax mix.
That's what it is. Sugar and borax mix.
They'll take it back to the nest, and they're
they're
done.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so that seems to be the key here. And
I like Borat's movie.
Borat or borax?
Oh my God.
But yeah.
And, another one is diatoms. Those are good to get rid of ants and wasps, because diatoms, what they are the shells off of microscopic organisms.
Oh, it tears them apart. It rips them apart.
Yeah, it's like glass.
The ectoskeleton or something.
Yes.
I think is what they call it.
It shreds them. I missed my opportunity, gentlemen. There was something on my porch when I was grilling steaks a few nights ago. It caught my attention because it sounded like a helicopter, but it was it flew over and landed on my patio umbrella. It was folded down at the time. The thing was about 2 inches long. It looked like, I don't think it was a murder hornet. I don't think they're here, but it looked big enough to be it. And it had a stinger that was it was about 1 centimeter long. A stinger out the ass end of this thing. It scared the shit out of me. And its wings went up, like this, like it was like ready to, when their wings are up, they're like ready to strike. I'm like, Do I dare cross its path to get to the stakes I want to burn? What do I do? So I was too terrified to take a video of it or anything, but I missed my opportunity. I figured if I swatted it, it was going to come after me, and I couldn't outrun the damn thing.
Yes,
I think it needed part 107 to fly. It was big.
I got to show you something. It's my show and tell time. I don't really have no drone videos. no drone videos. But what I have is I had a bad morning here. You know, this is Waffle Sunday. This is Waffle Sunday, and I don't know what happened this morning, but Ness has this weird kind of oil, cooking oil. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, and I really don't like using it. I like using regular cooking oil, like Wesson cooking oil for the waffle maker, so the things don't stick. Well, whatever she gave me this morning, yeah. Let me show you. Let me show you what this is. My first the first batch of. I sent this to you, Art. I was hoping you would show. So that was
boy.
The one waffle there on this side. That was my that was my disaster of my first one, and the second one got a little bit better, and the third one got even a little bit better.
Yeah, that first one will really soak up syrup. Great.
You know, I ate it. We ate it.
Of course you did. I would.
We had the I wasn't gonna throw it away because
more syrup, better.
Waffles is sacred here on our Sunday morning. So. it was not a good
coconut oil.
Grapeseed.
You know, I asked her, was it coconut oil? And she said, no, it isn't. And I don't know what type of oil it is. If she came down here, she could probably tell me.
Well,
but
as long as it's not linseed oil.
Because in the bottom, there was some like white where it was like coagulating kind of a thing. It's hardening inside the bottom. So. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know what it was.
Sludge. Yeah.
Sludge.
Speaking of coagulating on blood, we really weren't. We watched a weird movie last night. I think it's called Red Blood. I hate vampire movies. I despise vampire movies, and it suckered me in because it did.
Huh? A vampire movie. Yeah.
It suckered me in. I thought it was a thriller horror, which kind of was, but the thumbnail, it was like something, and the description was about an airplane and something happened on an airplane, blah, blah, blah. So we started watching it. It took about till halfway through the movie for it to actually expose. The whole thing was about vampire. You remember that old Samuel L. Jackson, Snakes on a Plane? You know that one? This one could have been called Vampires on a Plane, literally, because it was all about that. But it was, I kind of went off. Why were we talking about blood and vampire?
We started doing entomology for a while. We were on entomology and then extermination of entomology, and then Zoom tangent. But we're back. We're all good.
Yeah.
Well, how about these guys that take molten aluminum and pour it on
fire ant nests?
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Mysterious, cool stuff. Yeah.
You get some really cool art out of that.
Yeah.
The nest awesome. Where it goes down inside the nest.
Yeah, it comes out looks like a chandelier, kind of.
It's
almost like it becomes a mold, like a sand mold.
Yeah. Now that's artwork there. Yeah.
And takes care of the ant colony too.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they do that well. They don't do that well with heat.
This is so weird because the camera's kind of backwards.
Mine too. I got it like this.
So I got to go to the opposite.
But I can point down to get to you though.
Yeah. Well, I would have to go this way, and this is the opposite screen that I'm looking.
Yeah, you got to go. I got to go like. I'm going this way is the wrong way, but
that's the wrong way.
But I go this way. I'm pointing. Yeah.
So the easiest way to do is just go like this.
You get it. Well, for you, you're in the position. You just go like that, and you got everybody.
Please click on the icon in the lower right-hand corner so you can subscribe. Wonder what show I always get that from.
Hey, did you see my last episode?
I gotta watch it now.
Yeah, the one with the earthquakes and rain and monsoons. And
here's some. Oh man, there's some crazy stuff going on over here right now. There's just so many challenges all at one time. We got a volcano that's we're kind of lucky that it's kind of not doing a lot of crazy stuff, but it's still getting every single day. It's still getting minor earthquakes, and it's still emitting the sulfur. Which I keep talking to people. They're saying that's a good thing that it's kind of bleeding off some of the pressure inside there. Because if you keep bleeding off the pressure over a long period of time, you don't get the big
kaboom,
the big boom.
Yeah,
that's kind of taken backstage to all these other events that are going on. We had that huge earthquake yesterday morning that was down south of Mabini, out in the sea near
Puerto Galera.
Puerto Galera. Yeah, it was to the west of that. To the west of that.
I was just talking to my ex-fiance's sister this morning. She said it was in what was it? Calatagan, Batangas.
It was in the middle. It was in the sea.
It was.
Yeah. The center was in the sea out there. So luckily,
so it was like in the straits between the
but there's actually
and Mindoro.
Yeah. From Batangas City all the way in that area, there's some really big faults out inside that area, and that's actually closer than I thought it was, because I thought it was. I just in my mind, when you look at maps, I thought it was at least like 100 kilometers, maybe 40, 50 miles away from here, but it was actually only about a little over 60 kilometers from here. So that's actually pretty close. Ness, like I said in yesterday's episode, Ness.
Show us the bruises.
Oh, she was. It was such an awful way for me to wake up, and she's beating me. She is literally beating me and hitting me on the head and the face. I'm like, what's going? She said, earthquake. We have an earthquake. And then when I woke up, it was over, and so I didn't feel any of it, except for I felt what she did to me.
That's what she said.
Yeah, right.
So immediately because we verify it, and we looked online, and it usually only takes about 2 minutes before they'll have some type of issue some type of a notification that things are going on. But normally you would get something that beeping sound, the emergency alert system that goes over the phones and the TV. Right. Normally we didn't get that for, I'm going to say 45 minutes after the event happened. Oops. Somebody was sleeping Saturday morning who was supposed to be doing that. They weren't at their post. So. But yeah, so we had that. We've been going through about 2 weeks of monsoon. We have that big typhoon that's in between Japan and China right now. I thought it would have slammed right as the way it was moving. I thought it would have slammed into China and then finished. But I think it's kind of sticking around, moving slow. And maybe moving. I haven't looked at the tracking pattern. Maybe it's moving northerly, staying in between that corridor, the corridor between Japan and China, and then up where it goes up towards Korea.
It wants to start the Olympics.
But what that does, that sucks the moisture from the South China Sea, and that dumps all of that over into the Philippines, across the Philippines, and that's what we're getting now. That's pretty much the definition of a monsoon, and that's what we're getting.
Yeah,
and
it's like the pinwheel thing, right?
Yeah, kind of. And it hasn't stopped. I mean, right now, this morning, that's why I'm down in the basement right now, because it's not the weather. We'll get this big breeze, and it just blows everything. We have to close. We're all day long. We're opening and closing windows around here because it'll be calm with just drizzle.
And it's raining sideways. Thing,
boom. Yeah, sideways. Right. Yeah, and then we get back and forth.
Yeah, that sucks.
But the yard's loving it. All the plants and the trees everything is so green. Everything is so green out there. I got to be.
Rocks are all gonna sink.
Yeah. We're actually this part of our subdivision. No, I have an overflow inside there.
Oh, okay.
I have an overflow pipe, and the overflow pipe. See, you didn't watch my videos on building a swimming pool.
Well, I don't want any good suggestions for helping me build a better swimming pool. So Lori wants a swimming pool, and I do not want a swimming pool.
Oh, I love my pool. I got to tell you, that was one of the best improvements we did here. It's one of the best. It makes
we have
it
one
makes,
month when you can use a pool, and the rest of the time it's just
yeah. Well then, but in places like that, why don't you do a cover? You can do the cover where you can open like the glass doors during the 1 month that's really nice, and during the rest of the year you can close that up. A lot of people do that.
You just want a hot tub. I can use that, 10 months out of the year.
There you go.
I'm not a hot tub person. It's for the same. It's for the same reason. I put a bathtub inside this house. I put those really nice modern bathtubs inside this house. We've had in our house in the U.S. We have what do they call them? Jacuzzi tubs. We have the jet tub. We have that inside there. You know how many times a year we literally go inside? Me,
like once, maybe
0 to 1. I'll go through a year or two without even going to bathtub because
just the soaker tub is something where if you.
I mean, they look cool like a world. You ask people that have jacuzzis, how often do they?
We have a jet tub, and I agree with your statistics.
Yeah, but the pool during a non-monsoon event here, we literally use the pool every single day. You
guys have the perfect climate for it though too.
Yeah. Nice. We can do it 365 days of the year when we don't have a typhoon or a monsoon.
Right. When you have normal weather, it makes perfect sense for like your location. But had I known that when we were designing Villa Feliz here, we would have integrated the swimming pool into the house build. That would have been part of the requirements of our architect to be able. I would have loved them to do that, and then a retractable cover. And you have like a retractable power cover, like the frickin' Astrodome or something, where like, your pool's inside during the monsoon, but then that'd be great. Yeah. That's like a Bill Gates thing, though. Yeah,
but out of all the things we do, because I've done a lot of changes inside, we made a lot of modifications to the initial architectural plan of the house, because as you're building, sometimes you say that wasn't what I thought it was going to feel like once it actually was built and stuff like that. We tore down walls inside here while we were building because I didn't like that wall there. It just didn't feel right. On paper, it looks like one thing, but in actuality, it just the chi of the area, just was not right. It didn't feel right inside there. So we did that. But I will tell you, probably the two best things that we did here were build the basement and build the swimming pool for what we use on an every single day-to-day basis. Those were probably two of the best things I
remember when you made the big change in the basement, because originally you were just going to have that one wall, and you decided, oh, screw it, we'll just knock it out and kind of push it out.
Yeah, and
I gotta finish my basement.
Yeah, that's the multimedia area where the projector and the band stage and all that is there. So we get a lot of use out of that area. So that was and that I actually didn't suggest that. The architect actually suggested that. He said, why don't we? Because above that is the lanai, is the back patio where the barbecue grill is. He said, it wouldn't take that much. And so I said, well, how much more is that going to cost me if we do that? And he's like, oh, it won't cost. Oh, and he gave me some really small figure. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. He said, now's the time to do it while we're down here in the basement digging everything. Let's do it. Yep. I said, do it. I said, yeah, go ahead and do it, because it was so affordable. But then I found out later on in the end, all these things that he said were so affordable weren't quite as affordable. Yeah, at the very end, he just.
Well, you can't spell contractor without CON.
Yeah. And that.
No offense to my contractor friends out there. No,
and I'm
just kidding, but it is kind of funny though.
Yeah, and I always do. Yeah, I always warn everybody, because ours is a building channel, and especially for building here in the Philippines. And I always, one of the key rules that I always tell everybody is, no matter whether it's they gave you this great bid, or you're trying to determine who your contractor is going to be based. I said, your contractor will never lose money. He will never. especially here in the Philippines. Before he loses money, he'll bail. He's gone, and he'll leave you. He'll take whatever money he has from whatever payments that you made him, and he keeps that threshold. And if he looks that he cannot make, he's going to be sucking money from whatever he's already earned to be able to finish and basically complete the obligation of his contract. He'll leave. They're gone. They're gone inside here.
Right.
And that's what happened with our contractor. I mean, he didn't finish. As a matter of fact, that's why we don't have a final. We've never done a final walkthrough, and this is Villa Feliz, because we still don't have in every bedroom here. We paid him to do wardrobes inside each one, walk-in wardrobe. He never finished some of the bathrooms inside here. There are a lot of unfinished stuff, and I'm slowly doing that. So when that gets done, we'll have a final episode. We'll do a walkthrough, everything inside here, and I'll say, but I did this, and I this to finish the job. I did this right here, and I did this, or whoever I hire to come in, they did this or something like that.
Nice.
So,
nice. So you haven't gotten to fly the Air 2S very much lately because the weather.
No.
Blah.
Well, like I said, the last 2 weeks have been literally a wash, because you can't. Let me tell you how the rain comes so fast here. So fast. Rain like crazy. Then maybe 30 seconds of nothing. It's clear. And then I actually went a couple times. I grabbed the drone and I'm starting to
fly the drone, but nope.
I was gonna. Then I look out the window. I was like, oh man.
I've been through that. The weather hasn't been not quite that spontaneous here in the northeast of the U.S., but pretty close, James. It's been pretty sucky. Like it's rained almost every day. We had a dry spell now the last couple. Like it was dry today, but it was like we had blue sky for about a third of the day, and then it clouded up. And now it's all crappy looking. It's going to rain overnight.
Well, you gotta go in the morning. That's
Apparently.
key. Like here in Colorado, the best time to fly is early in the morning, where it's nice and calm, and before it gets unbearably hot.
Yeah.
Same here. Same here. We have a lot of similarities between the weather patterns here that we have, especially in Charleston. But here, when we are not in this atypical situation with the monsoon going through, the morning, the clouds, there's no clouds, the sky's so blue, the air is still. It's a beautiful time to go out there and do something like fly. But if you wait until about 9 or 10 o'clock, everything starts changing. All the skies start getting clouded up, and I think it has to do a lot also with when the sun, first thing in the morning, the sun bears down on the earth.
Yeah, and you get that evaporation.
You get that. So that's
stuff. Yeah,
and then you get the heat is causing convections of the wind that goes up there. Then we start getting all the wind in the afternoon and the rain and. So it's the same. It's the same. It reminds me of Charleston a lot, back where I'm originally from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I did something different to open my latest video, which will be out tomorrow evening, which would be probably Monday morning your time, James. Well, we have a little playground out behind my apartment. And so I got my camera out there, and I put the camera up on, it's got one of those ladders where you could climb up, and then there's a spiral slide, and then there's a regular slide. Well, I put the camera up there, and it looked like I'm climbing up, and I go, oh, hi there. And then it looks like and then next thing you know, you see me sliding down the slide.
You're supposed to tell us all your tricks now. You're supposed to keep it a surprise.
And I go,
just saying.
Welcome to ArtCo Drone Solutions.
Nice. I don't like that. Lori doesn't want me to leak anything anymore. She wants everything to be a surprise when we reveal it on YouTube now. She's like, we all these cute little nuggets that we get on these trips we go on now. She's like, you can't tell anybody.
Chut, since you're a member, now that your internet is up, that was a nugget that I left for the the members.
I got a nugget. Yeah. Let's see. There's the going down through my. Oh, look at all the email I missed. Holy smokes! I am behind. Wow.
Well, you guys are both up in your game on your little tactics and things that you're doing for your videos. That's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're retooled. Lori and I are retooled. In fact, I was telling Art I'm thinking of dropping dronography from the YouTube channel name, but kind of keep it, but not have it there just because it's so wordy. If that makes sense. Like it isn't my name here. It says Covaction. I might just start using that as like the buzzword.
Oh, you mean my PI dream is not wordy?
It seems kind of clicky and catchy and snippy and snappy.
Like ArtCo solution.
Nobody can even pronounce Covactions, Covacation, and like all this other stuff.
Yeah.
It's like my grandfather's rolling in his grave now, maybe. But no, actually, I think he's pretty happy. My grandfather's probably thinking that's pretty cool that I used his name, his what he named his perpetual motion machine. I'm guessing.
One of my favorite old comedians of the 60s was Ernie Kovacs.
Yeah.
James, do you remember Ernie Kovacs?
I remember it. Yeah. I'm sure Chuck remembers because Chuck remembers. He keeps popping up all these names.
I have not everything. There's certain things that stick in my head from way back when, and then there's stuff that's just gone. Like we were talking about guys earlier. I couldn't remember who the hell they were.
You remember the skit, the Nairobi Trio?
I do not.
Oh, that's where the guys, they had the monkey mask and they had the hats on and they had like those fake phones. They go dun 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 dun, and they're tapping on the heads of the monkeys.
Oh, I almost remember.
Yeah,
no way. Yeah. I think I kind of recall that.
Yeah.
Then I could be confusing it with another thing that was like a cartoonish thing, maybe, where they were rapping on the skulls and playing music.
Yeah. Nairobi Trio. That's the name of the skit.
Coconut.
But Ernie Kovacs, boy, he was like the pioneer of television comedy. He would make faces, like adjusting the TV. You go, just the contrast. And,
maybe that's what you got to do, Art. But
yeah, go look him up on. I'm sure he's got videos on YouTube. Ernie Kovacs.
I've seen his stuff a while ago, but I'll go back and look some more. Yeah, I don't have the S at the end of my name, but it's common though. It's a Smith, Kovac or Kovach, or whatever it's Smith. There's a bunch of them in Binghamton, New York. It's like a Czech thing down there for whatever reason. Yeah. Anyway, I was thinking of shorten up the channel name. It's like, well, Lori's partnered up with me and trying to tell me what to do. If you deal with that with Ness.
Well, welcome to my world.
Yeah, Lori has all these great ideas, right? And then she's like, well, you never used my ideas.
Well, Ness does this thing to me all the time because she trolls my channel, my own channel. She goes on. She goes inside and she looks at every one of the comments inside there, and then she's looking for a keyword, and she'll come up to me, and if somebody says, "You should let Ness be on there more often," she'll see what all these people are saying. It might be
they
want
to see her. Yeah. Lori tells me, she says, "Chuck, you know why you're getting more subscribers? It's me." Me. Damn it. I said, who do you think's sitting up here for hours at the freaking computer editing? I don't see you editing. Said, well, I could do that if you let me. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Sure, yeah. Because like this, there goes my focus. So Lori fixed
well, that's the downside to my relationship with my girlfriend in the Philippines is she doesn't have the bandwidth or the not the bandwidth, but she watches everything on her phone. So she's got to have oh, she's charge up her phone so she could watch so she can't watch my video. So
yeah, that's typical. Everybody watches Facebook and YouTube on their phones over here. Very seldom do they watch anything on computers or they definitely don't watch it on the TVs over here like we do back in the US.
That's too bad, because I mean, a lot of the stuff I do up, I'm doing it on a great big monitor, and it's kind of tuned more for a bigger screen.
Well, you got to look at who your audience is.
I make sure my captions usually are legible, though. Like, I try to upsize the captioning a little bit so it's workable.
So you got to look at who your audience is, and that's the reason why I analyze our two biggest audiences is the U.S. and the Philippines. You got to realize the Philippines is only like 1/30th the size of the United States when you talk about population and things like that. So
actually, it's 1/3 because you got 104 million people in the Philippines. United States is 335 million people.
Maybe
for now.
Like, but
the ones that didn't get vaccinated get wiped out. Okay, but anyway, we'll get off that topic. We're gonna save that for tomorrow.
But comparatively speaking, if we were to use the size ratio, we probably have a bigger audience here inside the Philippines than we do in the U.S. But since the U.S. is bigger, like you said, at least 3 times the size inside there. So what I try to make sure that we have the quality. It's the quality as far as the resolution. I recently moved from 1080p to 4K. All my videos now are 4K because we have a lot of people in the U.S. that have high definition television. A lot of people watch their YouTube on TVs these days. So we're trying to cater to those folks. But over here, it's probably tough for somebody over here because somebody like your girlfriend, they're living on the phone and they have a limited cellular data plan that they have inside there. If they watch a 4K video, I don't know, does it suck up a lot of their
I imagine
data bandwidth? I don't know.
I guess it would.
I don't know. No.
But anyway, Lori started. She was filming a lot last weekend on that rail car thing. She was holding an Osmo Pocket and filming most of the time, and I used some of her stuff in there, and her head just swelled right up. Because every other time, I'm like, yeah, your stuff's not. She says, why don't you use my stuff? I said, well, it's just not, smooth enough. Just let the gimbal do its thing for you, whatever. And she did this time. She brought it. I have some good bridge footage from her.
Chuck, yeah, one of your videos, maybe 3 weeks ago, you visited someplace and that said, you got to ask him this next time you're on the show with those guys. Ask Chuck. You went to some place, it was a barbecue joint where you walked up and you were standing in front of the counter where the cashier person was inside there.
Yeah, Auburn, Poland.
And then was that the Red Shed?
No, this was in Auburn, New York. This was
okay.
So the guy behind the counter, he gives you one bag, and then you go after that. You sit down somewhere. You bring it somewhere, and you sit down and you eat. And it was, I think it was barbecue chicken. Is that what it was?
Cornell.
It was chicken.
Oh,
it was
yes,
chicken.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. So you open up the bag, and she said, "I have to ask you this." And when you open up the bag, it was like a half a chicken. Was it like a half a chicken?
Yeah.
And was that everything? Because the price, I saw the price that you had in there, and the price was like over $20, right?
Yeah, you comment on that. It's like $23 for 2 half chickens and a pound of tortellini.
Oh, it's 2 half.
So it's basically a whole chicken, 2 halves of a chicken and a pound of tortellini for 20 whatever dollars. I don't
because she said, we go to Inasal here and we get. It's not quite a half a chicken. It kind of is like a half a chicken. But Inasal is like the rotisserie, or they actually throw it on the grill.
Yeah. They do those at the grocery store here too, and it's much less expensive than that.
And it comes with the chicken. It comes with, you can get rice, or you get what they call unlimited rice, and you just add like 15 pesos or something like that on top of it. And then you get soup. It comes with soup, rice, chicken and the little sauces that come with it, and a drink, and it's like 99 pesos. It's like $2. And she said, did he really say that they paid $23 for that? And I'm like, well, it's probably. I said, well, first of all, it's the U.S. too.
Oh, Brett says he loves it in a song.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Well,
we actually.
My addiction to that place came when I used to work. This place is on a street called York Street in Auburn, and literally was 5 minutes from my office with a factory door. So I'd go there on the way home from work. I'd call in an order in the morning on my way in. I'd leave it on the voicemail. Hey, Lance, it's Chuck. Like two half chickens and a pound of tortellini, and I'll see you about 5 o'clock. And then I'd pick it up on Wednesday night and go get Lori, and we go home and reheat it a little bit, and that was dinner because I was addicted to it. So it's supporting the local hole in the wall place. That's really, really
of course, yeah.
So then, it's like, but now I don't work in Auburn anymore, but I still like to go out there occasionally because Lance still knows me and everything.
Make it a special treat, yeah.
But it's cool though. But yeah, that was kind of a fun day. We just did a couple of things that I always like to do out that way, and Lori learned and liked them too. So like the New Hope Mills place where they make pancake and waffle mix and all that stuff. That place is cool. And,
well, I think for Ness and me, it has to do with we haven't been back to the U.S. in a couple of years. Remember, we keep delaying our return.
Right.
We bought tickets in 2019.
Right.
2019 to go back to go back and visit our family in the U.S. and we've been stuck over here with the pandemic and all the
year and a half
for a year and a half. Yeah, a year and a half. And the reality when you showed that price on, I don't know if it's that price on everything. We're like, are we going to have sticker shock when we go back to the U.S. this time?
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you are. It's
because we got a lot of shortages here because.
Yeah,
there's not enough workers to do a lot of stuff. Not enough people to drive the trucks to ship all the the goods around the country. Yeah,
this is a hot mess, and it's not just one administration. It's the combined efforts of both parties that have really just spent more than they had, like they always do. It doesn't. We can get into. I don't want to get into the politics. That's like generalize and say everybody politically has spent too much. Okay,
that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. This is for Art's show for tomorrow.
I'm not singling out anybody in particular. I'm saying that.
But I noticed
all spent too much, and now we're dealing with pretty massive inflation and supply and demand issues are significant because, like Art pointed out, I mean, it's crazy. There are people that normally would be working that are just riding the unemployment wave. And I mean, okay, granted, these aren't high paying jobs. These are people that had high paying jobs. But they do a lot of stuff that's essential to things moving along, things that we take for granted every day.
For example, I went to order a pizza to have it delivered here. I wanted to track it, so it said your pizza will be ready in 119 to 129 minutes.
Wow, it's usually a 20-minute operation.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's because they didn't have enough drivers.
I had places where I wanted to do like takeout, and they wouldn't even take web orders because not enough people are working in the place. They can't keep up with the orders and stuff.
Well, I can only comment on what I'm not there, so I can only comment about what I see on the news from the U.S. And I certainly don't feed the fuel to all these conspiracy theories that you see all the time. As a matter of fact, I work over here trying to explain to a lot of the people over here who subscribe to a lot of these really strange conspiracy theories and I will our family over here as well. They're always coming to us and they're saying, "Oh, this is what I saw on the news." Well, if it's on the news, it must be true, and they're telling us about all this kind of stuff. and I have to explain to them the logic why what they're reading on all, and especially these weird, not mainstream type news. They're going to all these crazy conspiracy, and I sit back and I have to try to explain to them why, and put logic. I have to add logic to the equation when I explain to them why what you're seeing right here is so crazy and out of the question, conspiracy kind of talk inside here. But you do see things, and you kind of wonder. And I wonder a lot of time, is a lot of the things that are happening, especially in the U.S., is it driven, by the industry, the shortages? Is it a way to artificially make prices go up and things like that? Like the gouging,
price gouging when there's like a big power outage after like a monsoon or something, and else, and you can't get a generator unless you want to spend like 6 times what they normally cost. And
everybody knows that shot is really a chip.
Well, it's like I just wanted to get what I really want to start to talk about was the fact that you're talking about you're having a problem. You said you called up to get a pizza, and they just don't have enough drivers to do all this kind of stuff because they don't have enough people working. But yet you see all of these employers at all these mom and pop shops, all the way up to Walmarts and these huge departments. They've got job opening. We're trying. We need we need employees. But the people are not. They're not applying for these positions. There's so many positions that are, and I believe that to be true. I believe that's true because it's just being reported. And you're talking to the employers themselves. They're like, I can't get qualified people to come down here and come down there. And it could have something to do with, and I believe a lot of it does have to do with what you're talking about some of the unemployment benefits where they're doing the extensions. Some people are making, they're actually making more money. They're making more money being unemployed than they do working. And I personally don't subscribe to that, but there are a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of people that, when you think about it, you're like, it's a weight kind of thing. Oh, I can.
Besides, how long is that train going to be? How long can you ride that ride before it just comes to an end?
That's right.
And it's going to come to an end. And then when it comes to an end, it's going to be all those people at once. Oh, I need a job. Well, yeah. Now everybody's looking. You missed the frickin' easy ticket now.
Well, I don't. Again, this is for Art's show for tomorrow. But I really want to say, I really want to just say one thing, and this has to do with when there is a lack of control of all these fundings that they're giving to people, and it was, and I'm not singling out either party. Either party has their faults. Either party has good things about them, and either party has.
That's absolutely true.
Problem party, but the when you have a program, when you have a program and whether you call it social program or whatever, you have to manage it responsibly. When there are people who need money and there are people who don't need money, and they should be financially responsible because, all this money is our money. Where does the government get their money from? It all comes from us. We are the taxpayers that pays all this kind of money. And middle class. Unfortunately, we have people that are representing us. And Art, because you threw your hat in the arena in the political arena, and there are just not enough. There are not enough people that are taking the financial responsibility in the positions that we elected these people for to be able to manage these programs properly. Because I think if you were to sit down and you were to talk to America, Joe Blow America, right? Everybody that's out there, Joe Average, Joe Average America. You go out there and you were to tell him, or to come to him and say, I want you to give me $100 a month to help me pay for this program or something like that. I need you to write a check for me for this amount. Because a lot of the stuff, when we pay our taxes and stuff like that, most people are ignorant to the fact, of where that money goes to. It's just being paid. We have to do it. It goes like that. But if you were to come to somebody instead of doing it that way and say, I need you to write me a check for this right here. And it would be each one of those people we hold responsible for us, which are our politicians, our governors, our senators, our congressmen. And they're the people who are coming to you. They ask you for the money. And then, of course, you're going to ask them, well, where's my money going to?
Yeah,
I don't mind writing you the check. But that's not the way it works. So there's non-transparency that's going on. People don't realize, but
fiscally responsible with your money. That's all.
Yeah. So if you were to hit people in their pocketbook,
next on Art's Place, Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain.
Yeah, we must.
Yeah. So anyway,
I see 10 Toes is in the house, by the way.
Hey Tom, good to see you.
By the way,
I don't know if you've met Tom. He is a really neat guy. He's probably the only drone pilot I know who's autistic.
Really now?
He is higher functioning.
I gotta get my niece flying then, my older niece, because she's higher.
And reason they call him 10 Toes, if you ever meet him, all he wears is overalls.
I've seen him in his overalls.
And red cap.
He was in the Rick Halber video, and he had his overalls on. Yep. I was like,
I met him a couple times. I met him at Spin Up,
that's how I saw him. Yeah.
And I met him at Spin Down about almost a year ago. It was last September when they had it up at Dillon. That was pretty cool.
He's in Oklahoma.
Yeah, he's from Bartlesville,
Oklahoma. I haven't been
the home of Philip 66.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of friends I made in Oklahoma City, thereabouts. We haven't been in a few years. Nice
I used to do comedy down in Bricktown.
We talked about this. Bricktown.
Cool. Speaking of comedy, Ness said to me again this morning. She says it to me every single time. You know, when you do your opening and you do this date and time, blah blah blah, right? She said, "Why doesn't Art open up with a little comedy routine instead of doing this date?"
Oh, challenge, Art. Challenge.
I think your subscriber base would go up exponentially if you opened up with set during the week, prepare a little bit of material. The amount of time that you do on your this date and whatever, right?
That'd be fun.
to collect some of your comedy stuff and do that for your opening. Try it, but announce it that you're going to do it, and see if your numbers don't change. I think your numbers will change if you do that. You have a natural talent. You have a natural talent for the way that you present your humor, whether intentional or not. You have a great way of doing that, and I know I'd love to see more of it. So,
well, I'll
bring it, Art. I like that idea. Or Ness's idea.
That's Ness's challenge.
I've got this thing. It's called a join button for members, and I kind of save some of my comedy for those special people that are members of my channel. I've got Chuck just sent me some files of some videos I sent out to him a couple months ago, and I'm parceling those out to my members.
So to promote your membership at the end of your little, what do they call that? The monologue. You do like a little monologue at the beginning of each, before you invite any host on.
Like the Tonight Show or whatever. Monologue.
Yeah. Do a little monologue.
I need like a curtain behind me and say,
you can do it. You can get whatever.
That's right.
You have the green screen. You can do whatever the hell you want.
And you could be Ed McMahon.
I'm gonna be Ed McMahon.
Yeah.
I don't want to be Ed McMahon. I never liked him.
I tell you, when you brought up the Tonight Show at the very beginning, and when you said that, I thought, oh, they're gonna start talking about Johnny Carson. Oh, I love Johnny Carson. And then you came up. And you came up with what's the guy after Johnny Carson?
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno.
I love
Leno.
Leno's a
You like
big
it?
car
Yeah,
guy, too.
I wasn't a big. I think because I had so much respect for Carson, I had so much respect for Carson, and I mean Jay Leno in his own right.
He did
he's
well
pretty
with
good.
it. Yeah, and
He
he's a
did
car
really
guy,
good.
which is like, you know,
The car guy.
I'm not a
yeah.
fan of who's the guy that replaced Fallon, Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah,
I like him too, but Carson was his own.
Carson.
Yeah.
He was
Tonight
because
Show.
he was there the longest, and
For the
before
longest,
him
and-
was Jack Parr, and
Yeah, Jack
before
Parr,
him
though,
was
I was too
Steve
young.
Allen was the original
Yeah,
host of the Tonight Show.
that's right. But
Yeah.
but Carson was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I grew up with him being
Yep.
in charge of that thing.
Well,
And
and
he must-
originally the Tonight Show was 90 minutes long, and he used to do a lot more skits. And
he did. Yeah.
That's how he brought in Carol Wayne. She was part of the Mighty Carson Arts play.
So when it went,
Now,
did it go to an hour?
you
to
remember
accommodate-
Carol Wayne, the buxom
remember Carol
blonde that always assisted him?
Oh,
No,
I
I
remember
think
that.
I
I don't
would
remember.
Oh
that,
God!
though.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
would
she
remember those. I
tragically
mean, her-
drowned in Mexico on a vacation.
Ah.
She was like 43.
Yeah, I didn't think there was anybody but McMahon that was by his side for the whole
Oh,
time.
well, she, when they did a skit, she was like an assistant. You know how Johnny would dress
the great
up and.
Carstini, and he had the hat on.
the hat.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
he-
that
did she do
was
that with
Karnak.
Karnak the
That was-
Magnificent or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
that was
something like
something
that.
different.
That thing.
You get the
You get the
Ed would give
cards.
him the card from
Yeah, I liked it.
locked up at the vault at Funkin' Wagnall.
I liked it when he brought that dude on from the San Diego Zoo.
Oh yeah,
Because like my
Yeah.
wife and I, that was one of the biggest thrills for us was he was still. This was back in like the 90s. My wife and I went out to San Diego and went to San Diego Zoo.
Yeah.
That was
yeah,
one of the-
he was
that
out
was
in
one
the
of
San Diego
one of the
Zoo.
reasons
Yeah.
we wanted to go there is because that's where Carson gets all his cool stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
By the way, that zoo's amazing. I imagine it's still amazing. It was like an
Mhm.
all-day affair. Make it through part of it.
And he'd bring like the boa constrictor out there. And
Just bring them
Yeah.
out.
and just the look on Carson's face when
Yeah,
all
it
these
was
weird
awesome.
animals.
Or
come
how
up.
about the cat, some kind of wild cat, and the cat would just
didn't the one like
he
didn't
just
like
like-
pounce me. Yeah.
or he had some marsupial on his head.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon.
Uh,
I used to like to stay up for Letterman though. As a
I
college,
wasn't a huge Letterman.
it was
I
time
found him to
perfect
be
for me.
kind of snarky. He did have some really good comments on there, like Bill Hicks.
You know, he's from
And,
Indiana. You know, just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, he worked with Jane Pauley at the same TV station. He was a weatherman.
Yeah.
The-
that's right. You started off as a weatherman.
Yep.
I used to love it when he used to throw crap out the window. And then when GE bought NBC, he used to always jab him. He's always jab General Electric. It was great.
Yeah.
he had good moments.
Yeah.
I'd be staying up late to study for like an engineering test the next day, and that'd be my break time. I'd put everything down, just watch Letterman for like an hour and wrap up. Like that's my
Well,
reward.
guys, we've done just under 3 hours. I think everybody's over at Adrian's channel about now.
Probably. Do we? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing
So-
all right, but yeah, we probably ought to. And
Yeah, we're down to 9
Lot of
people.
okay. Okay.
we're out. Oh,
So,
diehards are
thanks.
on though. Art, those are the diehards, man.
These are diehards. Yeah.
Diehards
these are
are
the
with us.
these are the truly committed folks right
God
here.
bless you guys.
Or they should be committed.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
If you're tolerating us, you are special people.
Oh, and don't forget the drawing next week for the Mobula 7 FPV drone. We'll be giving that away. We'll do it right after the toffee giveaway. We'll probably do it probably a half hour after that. So, and maybe we'll have Greg will pop in next week, maybe.
Oh, he likes to stir up things with James.
Yeah.
Well, he's here. He's in. I see him. He's in.
He's in the chat.
He's in the
yeah,
chat.
He's there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's keeping his distance, though.
Then we have One Vision Drones all the way from Germany. Yes, he says I'm committed. So
well, we have a good-looking honky too still in the house, I think. Peter North.
And then we have Robbie all the way from Belgium. Yeah.
What time is it in Belgium right now?
Oh God, it's probably 3 a.m. there.
It's got to be a weird.
The bars closed kind of time.
It's got to be a weird time.
Is it 5 or 6 hours ahead? Five or six. So.
And then while in Germany, they're another time zone behind that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's tough when you have this drone community spreads across the globe, and we have people that are in all different time zones.
Well, we had Seth from the Philippines earlier in the show.
Yeah, Seth was in earlier. James is in now.
Yeah,
Keith and I struggle with 2K drones. We struggle because he's 11 hours ahead of me, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this works out perfect for me. Except it's a little early, but it's a little because it's set. You start at 7 a.m. my time here, but I don't know the next time the time changes. Is fall back, spring ahead. So the next one is it's fall back. Oh, that's going to be worse for me, isn't it? You're going to be. Oh my goodness, you'll be at 6 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. Is that the way it works?
Yeah, I know. Like in Thailand, Keith and I will be exactly 12 hours apart again.
No, it actually works out for me better, right?
Isn't it
so
better?
If you're falling back,
we're gonna fall back. So it'll be
and if you still
8:46 now.
I thought it was fall forward, spring back.
Spring ahead. Yeah, don't confuse us.
But we're.
I'm famous for doing that at work because I work with all women.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. So that's right, because you're gonna be an hour earlier then. So it'll be 6 a.m. for me when you.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, you'll have to. Yeah, you're gonna have to get up a little early, James. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, you gotta take one for the team.
I think you got a better chance of getting the U.S. to change daylight savings time, getting rid of that, than me getting up an hour earlier.
It is stupid. It is actually pretty
stupid.
It is.
That really is stupid.
They should talk about that tomorrow, though, because that is stupid, and there's no reason to keep it. Technology has advanced to the point where it's just not.
It was for the farmers.
That's what it's for. They don't waste it anymore. They don't care. Yeah. They work hard anyway. They don't care what time it is. They get up when they have to.
It's crazy stuff.
Yeah, well, farmers are a special breed.
Well, I'm hoping that I'll have in the coming weeks, I'll have some really good content on the channel for a major project that we're going to be doing. I don't know did I talk with you guys about it at all, about what our next big project is going to be? I don't know if I did. I'm trying to kind of keep it on the lowdown.
Perhaps you were working on your.
We only have 8 people. It's not like it's quick.
Well, it doesn't matter what
it propagates out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because when you record this and it goes on there, then it's like public. It's like public matter for everybody at that point right there.
Yeah, but I got how many views do you have, Art, right now? You probably have
I'll give you. Okay. This is a secret. I don't know. I shouldn't be showing you this, but this is going to be my next project right here.
Well, we did talk about that.
That's right.
Yeah, because your dog ate part of the freaking pieces.
You didn't see this.
I didn't see this part. Ooh, the bar.
This is the
tiki bar.
This is the add-on from the last time that I showed you guys.
Oh, okay.
So this is there'll be chairs out here.
So do you have like the shrink ray, like Dr. Shrinker, so you can like blow that thing up like Honey I Blew Up?
Well, I'm going to. I think I'm going to do something. Yeah, but this is actually a teaching tool because you see, I don't know if you see, I got everything marked. This isn't for me. I don't need to know what a rafter is, but I put all these little markers inside so that people.
Dude, that's awesome. That is it's beautiful, really.
It's got all the sizes. It's got the sizes of the stock material inside there. And I thought it would be an incentive for people who think I can't do this to say like, oh,
cabana. Oh, it's classic.
So that's a sneak preview of a project that's coming up. I just got notified yesterday, as a matter of fact, that some of the materials that I thought I was going to have a problem with. Now, I don't want to get my hopes up too high. They said it's supposed to be delivered this week, but we'll see.
Awesome.
About that. And that's the main thing that's stopping me right now is the material that I need.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes. But I think, I think we're going to do a series on that. We'll do a series, and like we did with the swimming pool at the very end, we'll do the whole build kind of a thing in one piece at one end, maybe slow motion.
Oh, hey, your buddy Steelman 58 is here.
And he says Barbie and Ken will live in it. Barbie's dream cabana.
I showed this to somebody. I don't know who I showed it to. My son or my daughter, and they're like, "Is that for Hopbone and Marianne? Is that what they're living in?" I said, no. Then I had to put my hand in front of it. I said, "This is the scale." So you see, it's the scale to my hand, right? No, Hopbone and Marianne.
My wife and I would kiddingly say that was for one of our old deceased guinea pigs. Like when we had guinea pigs, it's perfect. It's guinea pig sized.
So. Yeah, but that's something to look forward in the weeks and hopefully not months to come, but probably I'm hoping everything will be done in about 2 months.
Awesome.
Well, once we're off the air, I'm probably going to jump over back to DaVinci and start polishing up what I was working on earlier. So I want to get that out. So far behind. I am so far behind on editing. I had 2 different projects going at once, and I jumped between the 2 of them as I got inspired with one. Then I work on the other one. I was struggling.
Well, Chuck, you can probably equate to what I'm about to say.
Why? No, it's just part of the process. I had a block, so it's kind of like I jumped between the 2. Chuck, this is what I wanted to say. You could probably relate because all these really neat places that you go in the middle of upstate New York and these cabins and all this kind of stuff. there's sometimes, even though you bring all your technology with you, your cameras and your drones and stuff like that, there's a point sometimes where you need to get away from technology. And yesterday, I really felt it. Yesterday when we were our 12-hour brownout in the middle of the storm. And but we relaxed. Ness and I relaxed more yesterday than we've relaxed in a long time. Although we've had 12-hour brownouts in the past, it was a different feeling yesterday. And I had some stresses that were going on from some other things, and it blew away everything. All my stress level went down. Really?
We sat out in the back. Yeah, we sat in the back. Luckily, now we have that roof, that little roof on the back of the lanai, the sunroom back there. We sat in that area underneath the roof while it was raining out behind us, and we're looking at the backyard by the pool area.
So, James, tell us about your stress.
You need a sofa? You need a sofa. Like this. Yeah. These dreams lately.
What is it you're having problems with?
Yeah, Colonel.
But
you need to talk to Dr. Ruth.
Yeah. Well, no, it did the trick yesterday because
good.
It was so quiet. No karaoke machines, because this was like a really big outage from all of Lipa, all of Rosario, all of everywhere. Oh. It was a very large area. You heard nothing. It was so quiet yesterday. And you did hear it. Yeah, of course. I'm not sure there's any way of shutting down that technology, but it was nature. So.
Yeah.
But it was so relaxing. I can't tell you how relaxing. I woke up this morning feeling so relaxed. As a matter of fact, I was so relaxed last night. I did something I don't usually do. In our master bedroom, we have the big window that We have the we have the big window that opens up to the
I
backyard.
don't think you might. I don't think you'll be wanting to talk about that right now. Let's have a kid show here, you know. You're a kid. You watch.
So we have the really big window that opens up to our backyard, and we can see the pool and the bahikubo and all the plants and all. And it's got a screen. We have the screen in there to keep the mosquitoes and flies from coming in. But I opened that up, and I sat there. I got to tell you, I sat there for 20 minutes just looking out over the back, and it was pitch black. But the moon was so strong last night. The moon had this illumination of nature back, and it was quiet. I felt like I went back like a million years. I felt like that's how it was back then.
Oh, there goes Chuck.
What happened
with
with
the internet?
Oh no.
Well, we're closing in on 3 hours here.
All right. I just had to get that little. I hope you felt what I hope you felt. But I left the window open, and I went to bed, and I left the window open last night. It was all totally open. But no, I woke up this morning. I'm like, did I leave it open? We didn't have any problem with any bugs or anything like that. But it was nice. That's how relaxed I was. Yeah, that's how relaxed I was.
Oh, good. Well, James, thanks for coming, and thanks for everyone in the chat. We'll catch you next time. So I don't know if you got to catch my new timer.
I did not see it. I did not see it, but I'll look.
You'll go watch the beginning of the show. I think you'll like the music that's in it.
Okay. I will do that.
All right. Take care and have a great rest of Sunday.
Cheers, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody. Thanks for coming. And don't forget the drawing next week for the drone. Good night, everybody.